LifeVantage finds you. You don't find LifeVantage, right? But it's up to you as to what you do with that information. And my 5:30 a.m. yoga student was a new yoga teacher, and I was really in pain because my mom had just died unexpectedly, and I was finding a lot of healing just showing up on my mat. And it was that day as a student that I overheard a conversation that another teacher was talking about, and I'm like, what? And it had to do with pro-tandem, which we learned about. And then I said, what are you talking about, Kay? And she pointed to Carrie Williams. And the rest is history. I watched an ABC News report, and that's all I needed. I listened to a Carrie Dickey, you may not know who she is, but one of the top leaders of our company. I listened to a CD, I'm dating myself, a CD in my car. Carrie's like, you need to listen to this, because I go, I'm in. I have no idea what I said yes to, because I knew nothing of network marketing. Oh yeah, you're here. This is network marketing opportunity. Yay! So coming from the television news world, I'm a former TV news journalist, worked in that industry almost 20 years, and I've been out of it for 20 plus years. But I wanted to be home with my kids, and really tried many things in between finding LifeVantage. But it was really LifeVantage that I found my true calling, because I've always wanted to help with wellness. I even had health beats when I was working in TV. And becoming a yoga teacher and teaching breathwork and meditation, this was like, oh my gosh, and I can earn income and have fun and travel the world and make a difference in people's lives. And that's what you're going to learn today. You're going to learn about. So we're so glad you're here. We don't sell anything. We have solutions for people, for their health, for you to make your own intelligent choices. And we have an opportunity of a lifetime. And now it is an iconic opportunity with LifeVantage. Now, I'm not kidding you. It is, you're going to hear people's stories today who are creating the dream life. And it isn't get rich overnight, so I'm just going to make a disclaimer right there. And I'm going to make another disclaimer. There might be a lot of joyful people in the room. They're activated, and you're going to find out why. And do we need more joy in the world? Yes. I think we do. So we have two amazing people here to share today. We have other amazing people that are going to share their stories today. We have an incredible medical panel. Who's into the medical panel too? Yeah, to learn more about this new enhanced or this beautiful natural GLP-1. You're going to hear about products that activate the body's systems so that hopefully we don't medicate symptoms, right? We are truly getting to the root cause of why people age. So without further ado, I am going to turn it over to a beautiful soul that I wouldn't know if it weren't for this business. And Dawn Burrish, did I say it right? Close. Tell me. Burrish. Mia and I practiced yesterday.
It's okay. They spelled it wrong.
Mia left me this long voicemail. Burrish. I go, do I have to say it like that? Burrish.
That's how it sounds.
Dawn Burrish. Isn't that good? And I think it's really important that we pronounce people's names correctly, because I get that too, So anyway, Dawn Burrish is from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She's a mama of 3. She's an interior designer. She is a realtor, and she's a network marketing professional. She's been with 2 companies, and she came to LifeVantage, and I think her life truly has changed. I think she's experienced something that she's never experienced before with this community and the culture that we have with LifeVantage. So it's my honor. I don't even know what to call her. She is an executive leader. 2 months ago, hit the first level of executive. Last weekend, literally from the launch of our GLP-1, which crashed our whole entire computer system down, our internet, the LifeVantage site, with a waiting list, crashed it. She hit what we call the second level, which I'm also executive consultant too, and she's going to bypass me this week to executive consultant 3, and then I'll be right there with her. And congratulations, Dr. Brett Brimhall, where are you? Yay! Stand up, stand up, stand up. New executive consultant 2. And you're going to hear what that looks like, because it's been life-changing, you guys. I was on my hands and knees praying for something. And this business can change your life. Not just change and make you healthier and happier from the inside out, but it can help design the life that you want. So without further ado, Dawn Burish.
Well, thank you so much. This is amazing. This is our 3rd event in 3 days. We started in Nebraska. Last night we were in Las Vegas. We were in Vegas, I think, like 18 hours. And we got up super early this morning so we could be here with you. And I'll just bring you up to speed kind of where I met LifeVantage and how my journey has been just here in the network marketing industry. So about 10 years ago, I was hired as an interior designer for Sean and Michelle Poe. And I just thought they were the cutest things. And if you don't know who Sean and Michelle are, they are like the LifeVantage celebrities. You will get to know who they are. So I was hired as their interior designer. I had no idea who they were. I didn't know what they did. I just thought they were so cute and happy, and they both worked together from their home. And while they went on a vacation, I was introduced to another company. And I was bit by the bug immediately, and I could not wait for them to get home from their vacation, which we now know is probably an incentive trip that they earned. And I couldn't wait to tell them. And so I can't remember what Marisa called you all, but old folks, is that what it was? Right? So Sean and Michelle have become some of our very best friends. We kind of do life with them. And it wasn't until 2 years ago that I decided to join their business. I built with a health and wellness company first. I was a car driver. I rose in the ranks really fast. The second company, I was the first one to earn the top tier of that company in my state, and one of the only 2. The other one was on my team. So this has been an industry that I've really, really loved working in. But Michelle just continued to be my friend. Even though I was just a customer on her products, she kind of would always, tease me about the business. But I remember the day that they got home from that trip, and I was there to work on their house, and I was so, just like full of a little bit of fear, but I was feeling brave, and I was ready to tell her, like, hey, I found this thing, and I want to tell you about it. And she's like, no, I wanted to tell you about my thing. So when you're ready to talk to somebody, don't hold that back and share this with them, especially right now, you guys, we have such a gift, and these businesses are blessing so many lives. These products are blessing even more lives, and I always tell my team, like, if you're not talking, it's really selfish. If you're not telling people about what these products can do for their lives, you're keeping a secret to yourself that can change somebody's life, and that's just not really right. So when Collagen launched, I was with a skincare company, and I went to the launch party. I was their decorator for the party, so I did all the flowers and made it pretty. And I went to their party, and I was like, what is happening? There was like 200 or 300 people in their backyard, and Sean and Michelle were on the trial for the collagen. I didn't know what it was. I knew they were on a trial, but they couldn't tell me, and everything. And I kept going home from working on their house and telling my husband, like, I don't know, but Sean looks like Benjamin Buttons. Like, every time I go to their house, he looks a little bit younger. It's very weird. It's awesome, though. And so my husband and I went to the launch party, and I just thought, seeing all these before and afters, I've been selling really high-quality skincare for years and years and years, and I couldn't do this for people, what the collagen was doing for people. So the demonstrability of both the collagen and now our GLP-1 is such a beautiful time to be a part of this business. So, which way am I going? Where am I going to?
On the side, it should be green. Let me help you.
It is not green.
There you go. Is it? I can't hear you, love.
I don't think it's
on
on.
the side.
I'm shaking. I'm not even nervous.
It's okay. You're with family. You're with family.
No.
That's it. Side. There's a lever on the side.
Well, the pointer, I saw the red.
It's on.
Lever.
She's so the arrows. This is interesting. There's like this. That is.
You can just manually flip too if you want.
there. Be careful with that computer, please, because there's many people.
Okay, so I'll just keep talking, we'll catch up on the slides when we have the clicker working here, but many years ago, when Michelle and I started to become friends, I talked to her about some health concerns that I had, and she's like, you need to take this little yellow pill, and I want you to take it every day for the rest of your life. This is a powerful product, and I never want you to stop taking it. So I've been on products, I've been activated for, we don't know for sure, maybe like 8 to 10 years. I suppose Life Manage could probably tell me. But anyway, so I started taking products years and years ago, and while I saw their life change financially, and the freedoms they had, the travels they were taking with their girls and everything, I just didn't get excited about a little yellow pill. Like, I know it's a powerful product, but it just didn't excite me, and I just couldn't see myself selling that product. But what Protandim NRF2 does is lowers oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days and 70% after that. I also didn't get excited about the ABC investigative report. I didn't. Until I started sharing it with people, and they were like, wow, this is amazing information. So the thing I did get excited about, like I said, is the collagen. So with the collagen and the NRF2 partnered together, they have a synergistic effect that increases your collagen production by 100%. That is something that I could just see on people right away. And I always teach my team, we can sell collagen just by itself, but we only ever sell the Healthy Glow Stack. Because those two products together are powerful. We're giving people what they want, which is the collagen, and we're sliding in what they need, which is the NRF2, and that's when they're gonna be like, wow, these are amazing benefits. Wait, so LifeVantage is the activation company? I didn't know what in the heck that meant. Great. So activation is always superior to supplementation, and I think especially now, so I think there you go. At the computer.
Only if they move quickly to get this ball down the field and hurt. First down to be 35. Right.
Not at you, Brett, if you want to. Yeah.
Of course they tested it before.
So LifeVantage is the activation company, and I got the question earlier today. We've been getting it all weekend. I've been getting it ever since we started talking about the new Mind Body product, the GLP-1. Like, how are we different? You know, there's a lot of people, they think GLP-1 is a buzzword right now. They think they all have what we have, and they don't. None of them are, you know, having science that proves that they're activating GLP-1 in the body. Oh, it works. Great. Thank you. So see, anyone can do this, right?
We got you, girl, we got you.
Yeah, it's a team. Okay, so in LifeVantage, we say take it to make it. So you're gonna take Protandim NRF2 to make antioxidants, right? You might not even know what antioxidants are. There was a gentleman at our meeting last night, and he's like, what are free radicals? And he was sitting next to his physician, and she's like, yeah, that's why I've been telling you to take this the whole time. Okay, I love this activation video. Do I hit it again? This is a 2-minute video. If you are not utilizing this video in your business right now, you have to start. People resonate with this video. The activation message is what sets us apart from all other companies.
Your weight and wellness are deeply connected, but cravings, emotional eating, and yo-yo diets can leave you feeling guilty, frustrated, and out of control. And over time, as food noise gets louder, extra weight can creep up on you. But it's not a lack of willpower, it's your biology working against you. As you age, your metabolism slows and your hunger hormones get out of balance. Stress, unhealthy foods, and even your lifestyle can make the problem worse. But what if you could take back control and work with your body instead of against it? As the pioneers and world leaders in activation, LifeVantage gives your body the right ingredients to take so it can make what it needs to create its own wellness. And now, introducing the latest innovation in activation science, the patent-pending Mind-Body GLP-1 system. This powerful system activates GLP-1 naturally to rebalance hunger hormones, quiet food noise, and change your relationship with food forever. It's the only two-product system on the market proven to increase GLP-1 by 140% to help reduce your appetite and curb cravings, so you can manage your weight differently. The MB GLP-1 system works through dual activation and dual amplification, targeting GLP-1 at the cellular level with carefully selected ingredients. MB Core features a proprietary GLP-1 activation blend of 8 ingredients that directly activate different parts of the GLP-1 pathway in L cells, while 2 unique blends in MB Enhance indirectly activate GLP-1 production by giving your gut microbiome what it needs to fuel GLP-1 production. When used together, both products amplify GLP-1 by promoting more GLP-1 receptor sites and reducing an enzyme that breaks down GLP-1 by 38%. It also helps restore optimal signals between your gut and brain for a strong mind-body connection. With the MB GLP-1 system, you'll start to feel the benefits on day 1. And over time, you'll experience a total transformation. In an independent 12-week human clinical study, people lost up to 25 pounds and 27% of visceral fat in just 12 weeks. On top of that, 100% of all participants did not lose muscle while losing weight. It's time to turn down the food noise and turn up GLP-1. Better yet, leverage the power of other activation products to maximize your health and build a thriving side business to activate every aspect of your life. Explore what Mind Body and other activation products can do for you today.
So that's not the video that I thought was gonna play, but that is such a great video. What I would say is the activation video that I mentioned, that lives on LifeVantage's YouTube channel. And if you just type in LifeVantage and activation, that video is there. This one also is. So I was fortunate to be on the Mind Body trial. There's a few other people in the room. If you want to stand up. I got to be on the trial. Woo! How are you feeling? So good, right?
Like I was supposed to.
Yes. Yeah. It's so exciting. I think I didn't know what to expect, right, when we started the trial, and I just dove right in head first, and I was able to lose 8 pounds and 9 inches in like the first 6 weeks. I also had my blood work done, which is really exciting. But the thing that I would tell everybody before they start this system is you have to take pictures. Because when I took that before picture, first of all, I had no idea I was like a tree trunk. I didn't know I was that shape. And then secondly, the transformation that happened really quickly, I didn't quite notice it in my clothes as quickly as I could notice it in pictures and by measuring the inches. So you have to take all the pictures, do the measurements, because the scale in the beginning wasn't moving very much. You know, and that happens a lot of times when you start to do like a weight loss system. So the scale wasn't moving, but the inches were falling off, and I could see it. By now, my clothes are like loose, right? But if I wouldn't have taken those first week pictures, which I was not proud of, and I wasn't excited to share. In fact, I only sent them to my upline, and I was like, "Hey, you're not gonna believe this," but sent them my pictures, and then it like broke the internet. So. It's a simple compliance system too, which I think is important. There's a lot of different ways to take control of your health. There's a lot of different ways to lose weight, but activating your GLP-1 with just 2 easy products, 2 simple steps a day, the compliance with this I think is gonna be just through the roof, because number one, the first thing I noticed was how great I felt. And when my husband and I, he's a CPA, so he's like the brains behind this operation, but when him and I sat down to talk about what this could look like for our business, we talked about how it could be like a 3-month run. It'd be great, right? October, November, December is gonna be amazing. Everybody's gonna be excited about this new product. They're gonna start to have transformation. It's gonna be beautiful. And then I was like, oh, January 1st, then we'll have another great 3-month run, and it's gonna be so fun. And then I looked at him, and I think I was probably on week 3 or 4, and I was like, because he said to me, how long do you think people are gonna stay on these products? And I just looked at him and I said, well, I never wanna not feel this way again. You know, and I've been activated for years. I never miss my Protandim. I never miss my collagen. But this GLP-1 has unlocked something inside of me that is brand new. So these stats you can read right here on the screen, these are beautiful. 140% increase in GLP-1 on average. The biggest one and most exciting, I think, I mean, for me, is most exciting. Maybe the doctors would have something else, but 100% who lost weight maintained their muscle. as you age, your muscle tone is so important for your body, and maintaining that muscle tone while you're losing weight is sometimes really hard to do. So the fact that our 100% who lost the weight kept their tone, that's amazing. Tons more great stats. The other thing I would say about, any competition in the market right now is just, I'd love to see your science that backs up your product. I'd love to see the science. Ours is published right on the page where you go to process the GLP-1. I mean, that is such a blessing for all of us to have that. I am not a scientist. I make things pretty. Like, so if I can have that available to help other people that are way smarter than me, or just to inspire somebody to take control of their health, that is huge. Here we have some great before and afters. So this is Shauna. We got to host with Shauna in Nebraska 2 nights ago. And Kim in Minnesota. Marcy right here with us today. How beautiful is that?
So blessed.
It's hard to share that before picture, right?
It sucks.
But if you, it sucks.
But you can't have the after without looking forward.
You can't.
have to say so.
And how many people has that picture right there inspired to change their life? You might have to suck it up and share the before, even if you don't like it, because you might inspire a lot of people to take control of their health. Okay, this is for me, this was what launched my business. It was the collagen NRF2. I talked about that just a little bit ago, where I always sell the two together. If there's a financial concern, absolutely get them on one of the products as soon as you can. But I always offer these two products together because this is like, the synergistic effect of this is magic. Here's a 30-day results with those two products. Again, just like I said, the before and after pictures with the GLP-1, it is equally as important with the collagen protein combination. I have this fun girl that works with me. She's an influencer, and I was just living in her DMs, like messaging her all the time, trying to get her to try my collagen, because she kept talking about her collagen, and I was like, mine's better. And she's like, yeah, whatever. And I just kept talking to her about it, and I kept showing her before and afters, and she's like, oh my gosh. She said no. She's like, I just tried it so you'd stop talking to me. So I told her, I will give you 10 days, but you have to take pictures. I gave her a 10-day trial sample. I kept talking to her all those 10 days, set a little alarm in my phone to follow up with her to make sure I did not miss out. She took her before and afters, put them side by side, immediately enrolled. She is in EC2 right now. Maybe could hit EC3 this month. She has a ton of momentum. She has inspired so many people because of the before and after she took. Who loves Axio? Me too. So I have lived on Axio the last few years. I love how it makes my brain feel. Do you agree? Like, it's not just the energy. It's not, I don't get jittery. I don't get like a little obnoxious bouncing off the walls, but I just can feel my brain working good. We take it to make it. We empower our bodies to make the antioxidants, proteins, enzymes, things that you need for better health, right? When you share LifeVantage, you are also activating opportunity with the ability to earn a supplemental income. We have an awesome array of products. Like I said, came from a skincare background, and I would have never thought this, well, it used to be in this white packaging, and not to be rude, but I was like, that does not look pretty on my countertop. Our new packaging is beautiful, and these products work. I would put them up against any other skincare, honestly, on the market. And we are Activation Nation. We are so lucky to have Gentry here with us from corporate today, and he is going to take over and tell you just a little bit about LifeVantage, the company.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having us out again. Might be a little sluggish, even though I drank probably 5 or 6 Axia this morning. We've been going for the last 3 days. So super excited to be here with you guys again. I just want to kind of high level talk a little bit about LifeVantage. If you don't know what LifeVantage is, kind of where we come from, what we do, I want to kind of dive into that for just a little bit with you guys. So from our pay month, who likes to get paid here? How many times a week do you guys get paid? Every day? Okay. Who doesn't get paid every day? All right. So it's time. With our Evolve Comp Plan, and the amount of time I've been in this industry, I've been in this industry for 10 years. I've never seen a plan like this, and the way it continually evolves, and the way it helps people in their life. And what we've just done with this new product, people's paychecks are going through the roof. They're getting out there, they're talking, they're sharing. It's so fun to watch. I mean, again, as we've been traveling, seeing all these new rank advances hit, people's lives changing every minute of every day. It's a blessing, and it's amazing to be a part of this. A little bit more into the comp plan again. It's been what, 18 months, almost 2 years, about after this new plan has been launched, and what it's done for everybody is, I mean, the newest person to the person that's been in the business the longest, right? Watching your checks go up, watching lives change. It's not about the money, right? It doesn't have to be about the money, because that money can go different ways, different places. We have some amazing honors communities. When they earn this money, they put that back into their community, and they change the lives of every person out there. I was just out there a few weeks ago with them, and hearing how much they love our comp plan, it's fun to watch. Again, our products here at LifeVantage, they don't just supplement, they activate. I'm not going to get too into that, because again, I'm not a science person. Dr. Grimhall can lend more to that, but again, knowing that our bodies are meant to be activated, and we were all created with these genes and these things in our bodies to do these things to help us stay healthy. But when you supplement, you're just kind of putting a little band-aid or trying to kickstart something. But activation really does kick things on, and you do feel better. I've known about LifeVantage my entire life, didn't know about the products until I started taking them, and you do feel it, you do notice a difference. It's crazy what a little pill and some collagen can do in these before and afters, right? It's fun to see all these pictures of people on our products and hear those testimonials. And if you have not tried the new product, I'm telling you, in the next 3 months, you're going to hear some life-changing stories. Because I came from the weight management space, it's going to get fun, guys. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Fully transparent company, publicly traded. So again, we're on the stock market. Anybody do stocks in here? Does anybody love the stock market?
Yes.
So again, being in the stock market, it's fun, because you can have a piece of that pie, and you can help drive that stock up by the amount of work you put in. And the amount of work that we're seeing people put in, that stock is going through the roof. I'm telling you, again, 3 months, you're going to see some big, big numbers. Again, Activation Nation, it's a thriving community. It's what brought me here to LifeVantage. The community, the culture, seeing the sidelines, the uplines, the downlines, again, watching people from different groups come in and travel to different areas. You don't see that in a lot of other companies. And if you do, it doesn't last very long. We have a tour for the next 2 months going on, and that's just the start of it, because in January we'll do it all over again. So let's go to the next one. Again, visionary leadership. Like I said, I've been in this industry for over 10 years. Looking at Steve Fife, knowing Steve Fife, and working with Kristen Cunningham, the decades of experience that our executive team has and our board of directors, and the thought process they put into this company every single day is second to none. I mean, when you go to a convention or a meeting, and they're staying up till 2, 3 in the morning to figure out how to get more product overnighted, you don't see that very often. I mean, most companies are like, oh, we'll be fine, we'll figure it out. But again, LifeVantage definitely goes above and beyond to try and take care of you guys. Because again, it's not about the company, it's about you guys out there sharing this product with everybody you come across. Again, financially transparent, highly recognized. Anybody read Newsweek or Forbes magazine? That's a pretty big deal to be involved in that magazine and be featured talking about quotes from our CEO, what our products do. That's a big thing. This is what I love, the legacy program. Who's participated in our legacy program? So again, from giving back in so many different ways, LifeVantage really does put forth the time to make sure, whether it's a community, it's a disaster, whatever the issue may be, Michelle Board is always looking to find a way for you guys to be able to support and give back, but also the company as well. From diapers to moms that are struggling to be able to put back with other kids, to building homes, to hurricane relief. I mean, the list goes on and on. For as long as LifeVantage has been around, having that be a part of the company, that's huge. That speaks volume, because again, all that money and those proceeds go to help people. Right? We're all about helping people. We're about getting people, we're about helping people every single day. That's what I love about LifeVantage. But again, we're going to go a little bit more into our comp plan, kind of high level, how you can earn, different ways that you can earn some money. But again, I just want to say thank you guys for letting us come out and spend time with you. And again, make sure you guys ask questions. get back with the person that invited you to come out and ask those questions. If you don't ask, you don't know, right? And there's a ton of people in this room that can be that third party validation to help you guys understand more and maybe see why you want to get invited and be involved with this. So I'm gonna maybe turn it back to Don. I am turning it back to Don.
I'm not sure. Okay. So our compensation plan is called Evolve, and share product, build and grow a team, and lead a movement. Earn up to 40% in customer sales profit. We have a personal sales bonus and other share bonuses. I think it was a Gentry that said like who likes to get paid multiple times throughout the month. To me, that is just amazing. And I tell my team all the time, especially if somebody's kind of struggling with money, I'm like, let's go sell some collagen today. We can get you a paycheck yet this week, right? That's a beautiful opportunity for everybody building in the field. We also have the opportunity to earn up to 9 levels on commission, which is awesome because we can help our teams build teams and be rewarded for the efforts we put in. This is something that has become more important to me as I've been on this trail the last 3 days, I guess, is we have leadership match and leadership pool where when you get to the executive ranks in the company and beyond, you're paid on the global sales of the company. And so I don't have anybody here on my team. And corporate didn't write me a check to come here. They paid for my travel, of course, which has been kind of fun and also a whirlwind. But we are compensated with the global revenue of the company, and that's because we are one team, one LifeVantage. So that is just a beautiful thing, and I think the longer you're with the company, the more you can feel that. If you want more information on our compensation plan, you can scan this QR code right here. Yeah, you got it? No. Okay. Ran away. It's also at the back of the room, might be brighter. Okay, these are some fun stories about a few consultants in LifeVantage. So Jessica's actually on my team. We've worked together in other companies and had a ton of fun building businesses together. Jessica is now an MC1 in the company. She's had a great month. And Ashley, who's on Jessica's team, just ranked to MC2 yesterday. So Ken and Iris, I got to meet them at Growth Summit last month in Salt Lake City. And then Daniel Song, of course, you know, if you're familiar with LifeVantage and you've been plugged in here in the last little while, Daniel has come on the scene really strong. We worked at a health and wellness company years and years ago, and I'm just so proud of him. He's the best giving spirit. He delivered a great keynote from stage in Kansas City last weekend, and right now he's in the Philippines working with teams there. So Daniel Song became an EC2 really quickly in the company. Really fast until Tracy was on my team, beat him the other day. So who likes to travel? Right? Yes. Who likes to travel for free? Yes, of course. So we're in the middle of the earnings period for Alaska. If you haven't looked into that, you really should. We have until March to earn that trip. And I have to tell you, some of the girls on my team, they're like, Alaska? What? And then we started doing some research on this cruise and really have heard the most amazing things. Like, this is such a beautiful opportunity for us to go on a once-in-a-lifetime trip on a cruise ship to Alaska. Growth Summit is when you hit MC1 in the company. That's 10,000 in business volume. Corporate takes you out to Salt Lake City. You get to go to the corporate headquarters, which are absolutely beautiful, and do a one-day training and have a ton of fun. I would set your sights on that ASAP. Actually, I think this is the last month you can earn to go in April. And we are at the, 19th today? If you are brand new, you could earn this rank yet this month with the excitement and the momentum that our company has right now. And it is really fun, 24 hours. So, and then the other executive trip that's available for us right now is to South Africa. And I don't know if I wasn't excited about it because I wasn't excited about it, or if I wasn't excited about it because I didn't know if I could achieve it. But now that I know that it's hopefully gonna happen, I'm so excited about it. It's gonna happen. It happened. Thank you. Receive it. Okay, so we have some really great packs, enrollment packs for you, and I'm just gonna highlight a couple of them. There's a lot of packs. But this one here is the one that I started my business with. This is called a business pack. It's $1,000, and you get such a great variety of products. This is a great way to enroll and really to encourage others to enroll. This is a tax write-off, so they are gonna wanna do this. This is a great pack. The other one that I love and is brand new is the multiplier pack. When I did weight loss in 2 companies ago, we had a similar system, and it gives you 3 of the Mind Body kits, it gives you 3 of the Healthy Glow kits, a couple of convention tickets, which we have that in April in Salt Lake City. You're gonna wanna be there. You can use those tickets to get to that event for free. So this again is $1,000. This is a great pack to enroll on. And then through the tour that we're on, these are a bunch of great packs. See, I mean, you can enroll for $225. Through the activation tour, when you enroll on either the multiplier pack or the business pack, you get a fat burn for free. That is a $60 value, and it is like my best friend. That is in my purse. It goes with me everywhere. So thank you very much. I am so excited to hear from the doctor panel because they are going to break things down for us in a way that I never could. Thank you.
All right.
I'm excited. You guys excited?
Yes. All right, so we're gonna get our doctors panel up here and our medical professionals panel up here. Dr. Brett Brimhall, Dr. Melody Rodarte, Joanne Shearer-Parkin. That is going to be our panel today. Dr. Nixie Bryan is under the weather today, so she is not joining us, but we will be tiny and mighty. So let's grab some chairs up here. We'll need 4 chairs. I need to grab my readers.
Hang on. You can do a
Halftime stretch. And we have swag to give away today. And you know what I put? All right. My move this so that you guys can see over there correctly. I have a broken 2 toes. Hit our bed this week. All right. Tennis shoes on my friend right now. I have a wedding in a week. Of course. All right. Oh, I love this. So Dr. Melody Rodarte, you guys.
You're falling. See, he even has the phone.
She's one of Phoenix's top dogs. She has been named one of Phoenix's top dogs several times. She's amazing. She's an integrated functional medicine doctor, DO in Chandler, Arizona, activated wellness, and on the Science Advisory Board for Life Management. We are so lucky. And Dr. Brett Brimhall is a chiropractor, but he is way more, I mean, I love that he's a chiropractor. He's even more than a chiropractor. The people from all over the country come to him for brain work. He is intuitive. He is a healer on multiple levels and has helped so many people, and with focus issues too. So you understand what I mean. And we were in Canada with our teams, and I could hardly walk because I hurt my knee at the time I injured it. And it was so painful, and he just like put me on top of a table at an event and started working on me. And that's what he does. I had a consultant at a convention that was having some issues, and he's just always there to help people. He's also on the Science Advisory Board for Life Management. So, and Joanne Shearer-Parkin, oh, I just adore her. She is a mentor of mine. She's a master dietitian, master nutritionist, author. She was the first to bring the Mediterranean diet to Heart Hospital. She was the director of the Heart Hospital Dietitian Program. I think she's smarter than most doctors. When it comes to, like, she really understands, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut those two. But I just adore her, and she has helped me over these years in just so many ways, I can't even tell you, so thank you for being here. All right, let's get this party started. I think everyone is excited about, obviously, all of our products, but especially right now with the mind-body GLP-1 activation system. So I'm gonna go to the first question, and, well, actually, yeah, I don't even, okay. So for someone that's normal weight, I'm gonna take this to Dr. Melody. For someone that's at normal weight, is there a concern that they could lose too much weight with the mind-body products? Because is this only about weight?
I can hear myself. Yeah, it's on.
So I love this question because being part of the trial, I wanted to tell people that I was going to be trying a GLP-1 and I hadn't been on one before. Because there are so many more benefits to activating GLP-1 than just weight loss. So one of the slides, it's even on your back office, or if you want, I know a lot of us can share it with you. You can see how GLP-1 receptors are on multiple organs, brain, on your pancreas, your heart, your kidneys. So activating GLP-1 is going to further help your body in its glucose homeostasis, metabolism, so that's slowing down that aging process. So it's not just about weight loss. And a lot of us who feel good about our weight, we're still looking at optimizing our muscle to fat ratio as well. And so like that, I fit into that. So the past 6 weeks has been kind of fun for me to get onto my my scale and kind of see what some of the changes are, because my routine and my diet haven't changed. I just added this, and really getting to see those changes. So I'm going to say that this is, as we talk about, NRF2 is for everyone, until the day you die. Collagen, as you age, your collagen is starting to decrease. So now you have a third leg here to slow down that aging process, and by increasing naturally your GLP-1 on a daily basis, because this is something that you want to do with your food and your lifestyle as well.
Okay, fantastic, thank you. And she's also a bariatric board certified physician. So Dr. Brett, in the human clinical trial, did they do blood work? And what was it for? Was it for cholesterol, blood sugar?
All right, so how many of you, well, let me just ask this, so answer the question. So in the clinical trial, you can read about it, it's actually on your science page. So if you guys are consultants already, just go to your normal web page, type in science/mind-body. Okay, and you can see these studies, but the highlight is kind of what she posted up here. They said that it increased the GLP 140% overall. Okay, so that was in the 12 weeks. So in 12 weeks, it increased 140%. So think of it this way, it's a hormone. Yes, GLP is a hormone that your gut's supposed to make. Right? How many of you have cravings that you don't want to have? And crave food you really shouldn't eat. Okay, so that means that hormone's not working. So when you're experiencing things like craving, you're like, I don't know why I'm having that craving, or I just ate a big meal, why am I still hungry? That's because the feedback loop's not working, that hormone's not responding the way it's supposed to. So for our body to make that, it makes it when we're younger, less when we're older. Healthier the gut, the better you'll make it. So what they tested were some markers looking at blood sugar, looking at that particular, they didn't test all of the markers, but they tested like GLP did, and actually raised the hormone like it's supposed to. They did check blood sugar. Now, you'll also see some people that have done some labs before and after, and I know I've seen a couple of this room here, so imagine if your blood sugar is changing, there's a couple markers that guess what are probably going to change. Your hemoglobin A1C, so the measure of how your blood sugar is doing over time, and also your insulin. Like I think this is much bigger than weight loss. I think this has everything to do with how you feel about your body and how your body burns food. Right? So if you plan on living a long time or living a healthy life, this has to work. So every cell in your body needs sugars, but it's got to be able to use it in the right way. wait, this hormone orchestrates that. That's why there are GLP-1 receptors in like your muscles, in your organs, in your, I mean, these guys communicate with each other. So to answer your question, there were labs done. Main thing we saw blood sugar change and the GLP rate like we wanted to prove that it actually does what we wanted to do, and that it's unique and different, so much so that they're patent pending. Right? And when you look at other people's markers out, like to be able to test on a study like everybody's insulin, everybody's like hemoglobin A1C, cost effective, it's not there. But just know, if you're feeling that feeling of craving, your blood sugars, the regulation, not your sugars off, but the regulation of how your body's burning fuel is on. If you have those cravings, like that's the hormone responsible for that. And you're going to see, if you're consistent, you're going to see the lab markers also change. You might see that in other labs, and it's just going to happen.
It's amazing. I mean, I started Monday, and what I'm noticing is I'm eating when I'm hungry. I'm not eating everything, and I'm not snacking.
Yeah, so just keep in mind, so for those of us, like, so when I started taking it, my wife very kindly, I think, said, oh, your stomach's shrinking. And I knew that, there's only a way a wife or a daughter could say, right? But, like, I knew that, right? And I knew I was craving stuff that I know I shouldn't crave it. And I knew I wasn't hungry, but that big cupboard kept calling my name, the chips and salsa, right? I knew there was things off. Like, I knew that, right? So if you're experiencing it, but this is much bigger. So, there are many people, several people I've talked to that you guys that heard. So my sister passed away of being short when she was 20, 21. Okay. So no matter how thin she got, she never saw herself as thin. It makes no sense, right? You'll see somebody like how like they're like straight and skinny, like why don't they think they're thin? She was like 5'8" almost and like less than 90 pounds. Right? But she couldn't see it. Now, how many of you looked at a picture and said, oh, everybody looks better than me? Right? Okay. Just so you know, like it's not, your brain doesn't always tell you the truth. Right? So this hormone is partially responsible for that. So when you're worried about, hey, I'm too thin, people are worried about taking this, that's why I measure the inches. That's why I measure your body fat percentage. There is what's called skinny fat. Right? So you measure body fat percentage, just measure the stuff that matters. The inches, the body fat percentage, like that's what people really need to hear. Media will tell you to measure the weight. No, yeah, this is about measuring the inches, measuring the body fat percentage, measuring how you feel mentally. Do it that way, and it's not, so people lose the weight, they won't come off the product. If they understand this is part of the lifestyle that you need to have if you want to function optimally.
I love that. I love what Dr. Donnie Nettles says too. He says this is beyond weight loss. This is about a healthy relationship between the mind and the body, and it helps so much with resetting. We still have to eat healthy. We still have to have a healthy lifestyle, like, right? So, but I'm just so excited about LifeVantage. Like, just does everything above and beyond. It's amazing. Joanne, so those that are on the GLP, well, I would just say the agonist injections, okay, and they're wanting to transition. How do you do that? What do you do?
That's my favorite, Dr. Melody.
Is that a question for Melody?
Yeah, it's a question for Melody. I just might want to add a little bit about the question about if you're normal weight, should you be taking these products? So I am super excited, especially about the MD Enhance, because the MD Enhance works down low in your colon, and it produces something called short-chain fatty acids. These short-chain fatty acids provide a multitude of health benefits. So no matter if you're normal, overweight, that product is going to provide protection for like your brain, your heart, your cardiovascular system. The short-chain fatty acids are great for your immune system. They are chemoprotective. They're just like one thing that you want more of those short-chain fatty acids. You go to the AMA program called Perplexity, my favorite AMA program. Type in short-chain fatty acids, and you're going to get excited, and you're going to want to take that MD Enhance every day for the rest of your life to get those gut health benefits. So, and I've been teaching on the gut microbiome in my retirement community. Where are my ladies back there from Ropes and Ranch? Stand up, yay, right? So, there they are, yes, okay. So I've been teaching, nutrition classes in my community, Mediterranean diet. And the last one I taught was better gut, better brain. And the role of the gut, the gut-brain axis for your neurological protection of your brain. So are you getting the idea that this is total health and wellness, especially also for your brain? So, yes, so Dr. Melody, sorry I took that.
So, well, before we get to that question, this follows up since you're talking about the gut and brain. The probiotics that are in the Mind, Body, Enhance, is there, any need for us to continue taking the prebio and the probio?
Okay, that's a good question, and there may be just some differences of opinion about this among, different medical advisory board, what they might think. But to understand that probiotics are strain specific. So when you look at your bottle of probiotics, we're gonna say lactobacillus, phytobacterium, there's gonna be all these little numbers. So what scientists have done is that they have studied the health benefits of each of these strains of these probiotics. And there's something called the World Gastroenterology Organization. They have this chart, pages long, of all the health benefits of these very specific strains of probiotics. So my feeling is that our probio is for general health and wellness. The strains of the probiotics, probably could comment on this, that are in our MD Enhance are specifically designed to work with those fibers and with the other nutrients to activate those anti-hunger hormones. So I'm going to continue to take a probiotic myself in addition, so I don't know what you all feel about that. Okay.
Healthy gut, healthy brain.
Healthy gut, healthy brain.
Dr. Melody, so for those that are on the GLP-1 agonist injections and they want to, transfer over to us for the natural, come over to the bright side,
I'm gonna get a little bit forward, and I'm gonna say have everybody work with their physician or their provider, okay? We don't want to disrupt what good they've done. So as Marissa said, I'm an obesity medicine specialist. I've been using these, and I've been safely using these in my practice because I'm careful with what I do, and you'll notice a lot of people might have different stories because of how these have been, what social media and what influencers, and I can't even think of Hollywood, celebrities, thank you, have been using it. There's so many places using it incorrectly. So I'm very aware of what is out there, and I'm an advocate for weight loss done correctly. So I'm gonna kind of say, don't say, hey, go off of this and go on this. But say, I have something that can really help you naturally increase your own GLP-1 and come along and support what you're already trying to do, and you're noticing that it is helping you on your weight loss journey. Let's have you go in and talk with your practitioner how you can safely start to reduce the synthetic peptide that you're using. Whether, I won't use any names, but there's two big ones out there. And so just have them, don't demonize the synthetic out there. You will lose people, okay? Say, I have something to naturally increase it and help you further on your journey, and let's work together. And that's how I would do it.
And let me ask you something to that. Myth or fact, when you are taking the synthetics, does this stop your own GLP-1 production? I've heard that, and so I want to be clear on that.
So of course, when you're using a synthetic, you're going to slow down what's naturally produced because your body does not have to do it now. It's relying on a medication to replace that. And many people are deficient in GLP-1. That's why it's working so well for so many people. So I will tell you, I think with our product is so wonderful because it's getting down to the root, which is your L cells, and promoting your L cells health and your intestinal health. That's where that prebiotic, probiotic, hopefully most of you are doing that. You're helping your gut. Joanne hit the nail on the head with kind of just those short chain fatty acids look it up, see how important they are, for just more than just GLP-1 increase naturally in your gut. So what we're trying to do with our GLP-1, is naturally healing and promoting that L cell to work properly, and for those connections, for those receptors to be naturally upregulated. And so I would say, start them both, and then you can hopefully start to work with your practitioner on leaning beyond the synthetic. Hopefully that answers it.
That's great, yes, thank you. Dr. Brett, what does dual amplification mean? Why do we need both of the products?
So, kind of going on how the formula is created. So, in the industry where my dad formulated over 200 natural products, like I've watched this process for a really long time. And so just know when typically think of formula, if you go on Amazon, look at a product, or you go like to the health food store, look at a product, there's a big amount of the same thing, right? Let's see, vitamin D, like 15 over 50 of them. How do you know each one does what you want to do? But in my philosophy, the most expensive product or position is one that does not help you, right? And so when these products, the way they're made, what we're looking, what my method looks to do is very different. Like they're not saying, hey, we want to have people lose weight. They're saying, okay, why are people not losing weight? What is the process? What is the cellular process that's not working correctly for people for us to create food we should crave? And is there a way for us to put a combination of natural substances together or systems to optimize that whole process? So when you look at the formula, there's 8 different plants, right, in the core. So why did they choose those 8? They spent a couple of years like doing the research, reading all the different things that had to do with like GLP-1 and weight loss, right? And then they started testing them and playing with them and combining them. And we're in a unique place in the world where you can look at plant extracts from all across the country and have a company big enough and willing to put the money into the research to look at possibilities that most of us would never look at, right? And it's a team, not one person. Okay, and then to kind of like come back and start testing together inside the cell and watch how the cell responds. Okay, we're all made of cells. A healthy cell is a healthy system is a healthy human, right? So when they start testing that, then they say, okay, that responded, and they start looking at, hey, the gut connection. We talk about this gut-brain connection all the time. We talk about it, okay, this is the hormone that does it. So we're focusing on this whole GLP, like hormone, but when they talk about dual amplification, is we're getting an increase in the hormone, but we're also getting an increase in how the body receives the hormone, and how the hormone and how the body responds to the hormone. That's what we need to do. All you need is like, hey, we're looking at the whole process. Like not just, hey, what is this? What does the brain need to go happier? But hey, the gut's involved in that, so we got to help the gut so the brain can be happy. Right? So when you look at the formula, there's some really fascinating. You can tease apart. Like you can tease apart every one of the ingredients. You say there's some benefit there. You come and say, well, why did you put this in? Why did you put this in? For 2 years, and then having the capacity and the ability and wherewithal to test the individual things together. It's the same reason why, for example, Nerve 2 does what it does. They're not special plants, but they're special on how they put together and the results we get. Right? They're one the same way, and it is the same way, acted the same way. You look at the ingredients, you might be like me that says, hey, they don't look that special. Right? Because I can make something that looks like that. But to have the ability to test in the cell and say, hey, it didn't matter how much of each one we put in. It's the same thing with cooking. You can't just throw X of this and X of this and expect it to taste like grandma's. Right? It's got to be the same recipe, right? Put together the same way, the same ratios, whip the same way. You just can't just throw egg in. If you whip the egg whites, you have to whip the egg whites, right? Otherwise, it's going to turn out the same. Like, I love the fact that they've done the research to do that. So just keep it simple. Like, even though people, like, I've read the study, I look at that, it makes me super confident in what I have, makes me foolproof in what we have. And then I ask yourself the question, like, who else is talking? And who else is talking like this and answering this question? But also, like, look at the results we're having. Like when I'm hearing friends and family members that I have struggled with, they help me get the results they want with the knowledge that I have, and now I have something that's helping them, and they can have that food noise quieted. They get to lose that shame of like, why do I crave crap I shouldn't crave? And because you have a group of scientists, professionals behind it. That are, like, say, we want people to lose weight, we want them to do it the right way, we want to do it, we want to communicating the right way out. That's why dual amplification, right, and dual activation, because you have two systems working on really a lot more than just two. It's the whole way in which the body perceives that, which is why you're having people having the body fat percent loss and muscle maintain. That does not happen. It just doesn't. If you're not monitoring it, then you're in the old mindset of what the media wants you to be and look at the skew. So just please do the pictures, do the measurements, or ask your wife if you're married.
I have a question for you.
Hashtag, I am activated and I am amplified. That's awesome.
I have
Okay.
a question for him. I have a question.
Okay,
It's what he talked about, the combination of the herbs and everything. When I started taking the GLP, and I noticed that some of the ingredients there I've already taken. I was diagnosed with diabetes in 2014. I took the metformin and Farxiga for 3 months, and I said no more. So I went natural, and so I've taken lemon balm, berberine, and whatever else I can find that reduces. Now, I've started taking this and I noticed a drastic drop in my blood sugar. Should I stop what I had before and just, because this is a combination?
Yeah, so great question. So how many of you have done stuff before to try to lose weight? Like, right, taken something, done something, changed the diet? Okay. So we don't have to guess if this activates GLP-1. Like, we do not have to guess. Like, as much as I love what I've done for years and decades of teaching and training physicians, and I know my dad, like, he's brilliant for me. We didn't have the capacity or the ability or the finances to test things this way. You don't have to guess if this is going to activate GLP-1. You don't have to guess. Like, we know that, which is why we have patent pending. Like, you don't have to guess. Now, you are where you are currently based on what you're currently doing. All right. So if you're going to make changes, whether you're working with a physician, like Melanie and I refer back and forth. Like I said, like this is something like I sent her patients to deal with it. Like, look, work with your physician. I'm like, you're going to make a lot more friends having a conversation than you are like telling them that they don't know what they're talking about. Right. So whatever you're currently using, you're getting the results you are. So as you add these in, just know you probably may not need some of those things. And that may also be true as you kind of, if you've been on multiple medications and you're like, hey, I'm getting healthier, work with your clinician, because most clinicians would love you to be on less medication. Right? Remember, they only have the tools that they have because that's what they're told to have. And don't try to tell them that they don't know what they're doing, because their license is predicted upon the standard of care. So if their standard of care, they need, if you have this kind of blood sugar, this kind of blood pressure, you're on this medication, they don't do it, their license is in jeopardy. So please be nice to them. Right? Just show them by your before and after, show them by your results, so where they become curious. Like, the reason why we're up here is because we saw something, most of us saw something in somebody we cared about, that we wanted to, that we decided to do some research on it. You say that way, I think you can have huge impact, and you'll start reducing some of those things off. Just know these, you'll get better results with these, which is why you're seeing it, because you're not having to guess. Like, this activates all the product Life Matters makes, guys, you don't have to guess.
thank you so much. And I guess you would probably say this doesn't interfere with other medicines, except if you are thyroid, you just take your thyroid separately and you wait 30 minutes, right? Okay. All right, last question. Joanne, I just asked Dr. Marisa. No, I'm just kidding. Joanne, obviously, do we need to take some of the others, activators in LifeVantage and the fat burn specifically? People have asked me that a lot.
Okay, so fat burn. My recommendation for someone who is really wanting to change their life, working hard, take the GLP-1, my body products. I do recommend taking the fat burn for this reason. They work very differently. The fat burn works to convert your white fat to brown fat. And the brown fat is more biologically active. It burns more calories. That's why I'm going to burn an extra 184 calories a day when you take the fat burn along with my body products. What is that going to do for you? That's going to help you also in the long term with your weight maintenance, because this is a challenge with weight loss. Because I've worked with literally thousands, I've counseled literally thousands of people that I've worked with, and big certified diabetes diabetes educator and working out in a nutrition clinic for all those years with people with weight management problems. The big challenge is keeping the weight off, right? So of course, we know that you can stay on these products indefinitely. You may adjust your dose. We don't know, right? We don't know what people are going to need to do for the weight maintenance phase. But one thing that's going to help you in the weight maintenance phase is if you can rev up their metabolism a little bit with fat burn, but they're not going to interfere with each other. They work differently in different pathways, and you're going to get this terrific benefit of both. And I just want to add one thing, Marisa, too, because I worked in cardiovascular hospital and a cardiovascular nutritionist for years. And number one issue that we saw at our hospital that contributed to all the heart problems that we saw was something called metabolic syndrome. The number one telltale sign of metabolic syndrome is this high waist circumference with a lot of toxic visceral fat. So what do our products do? Did you see that? Right, lowers 27%, lowers the toxic visceral fat. You can just see it in the pictures, right? This is this toxic fat, and people can be skinny fat. Their weight, the scale may say they're okay, but they can have this high waist circumferences that could increase their risk of cardiovascular diseases, and that's because of that toxic belly fat. So our products, which is just mind-boggling, but what it's going to do for people to reduce this, because it's also this toxic belly fat increases your insulin resistance, it can increase your blood pressure, it's pro-inflammatory, it causes inflammation throughout your whole body. So you can get the picture now about how much these products are going to change the overall health and wellness of all people that are taking them. Aren't you excited?
Super excited. Thank you. That was fantastic. And just the last question, I'm going to wrap it up here, but how important is keeping Protandim NRF2 in your health regimen? Because some people will, may not understand the importance of that.
Well, I always tell people you're gonna have to pry NRF2 out of my dead hands. Like I will take it until the day I die, because this is a pathway that is so important, because you need antioxidants to reduce oxidative stress. You age. When you are dead, you don't age anymore. You're dead. So in my opinion, you need this until the day you die. And if you think about reducing visceral fat, what is happening as your visceral fat is going away, as it's being metabolized? You're releasing more free radicals. And you want to have something on board to help the cell release antioxidants to clean it up. Like your phase 1 and phase 2, any of you guys who are in here who love science, you need glutathione, you need an active detoxification pathway in your liver. It's made to do this for you naturally. NRF2 is supporting that. So as you are optimizing your health, you need NRF2 to help clean up and put out that fire every single second, every single minute of every single day. So you have to take NRF2 until the day you die. Any last thoughts?
No, I appreciate you guys all being here. So what we have is a gift, and I really think it is. And not only from a product standpoint, but a standpoint in having this community. And also to be able to impact. There's just so many lives that you will touch because of the stories that we share and the science that we share. There's a lot of people that would never see a chiropractor. Like I've been told a lot of times, you're just a chiropractor. I am a chiropractor, God's me. But the stories that we share, the impact that we all have together, is life-changing. So please take our confidence in the products. You've got some unique specialties here in the sense of like what we each see and how we kind of see the world of medicine. We have a very common bond in what we do, which is try to help people get what they want, which is their health back. And also for us, like none of this would be possible to be here on a Saturday if there wasn't finances tied. Okay, so this business is giving me more time back with my family. And to be able to say yes, to do things, to be able to like bring somebody on a table or something like that, that's just who I am. But like, this can be life-changing for individuals financially too. one thing you'll need to the day you die is number 2, and then they need money when you die, right? And so, like, for me, this is a blessing to have all of them. I have a huge passion for health and wellness. I have a huge passion for financial independence for me and my family, and a community that I can be a part of that has that same mission. So, and leaders that are in this room that help us all become better than we can be.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Any last thoughts?
I want to say that, the gift of health that we have to give people, what it's done for me personally for 14 years. I just turned 75, so I can tell you that products have literally changed my life, and I'm living healthy and well. And just a side note, I just came back from the Mediterranean cruise in 2 days, and I climbed all those steps. Unbelievable, I went on all the strenuous tours I could find. Walking out the 10 to 12,000 steps a day and doing all of that. So listen, you young people out there, stay on these products. Don't go off. Take them all, and you can do what I'm doing at 75 and be healthy and well. And I just want one last thing too about my products. I gave a webinar recently. The title to one of my slides was, "Is your microbiome making you fat?" So we get to root cause in life antiques, right? We don't just put on band-aids of the problems, outcomes. We are correcting, fixing the microbiome in your gut. So this has been a problem. I mean, we've destroyed our microbiome. This country is toxic foods and drugs and prescription medicines and stress and glyphosate, herbicides in your food. So we've destroyed our microbiome. And these products are going to fix your microbiome in your gut, and that's the root cause. So I realized these products are like something like I think I've been waiting for my whole life to think about that I could offer people, honestly. Fix the root cause and fix your microbiome. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And she's a pickleball champion for community. Thank you guys, and thank you for Dr. Melanie, thank you Dr. Brett, Joanne, I appreciate that. Really quick, we're gonna just do real short testimonies with Angie, with Marcy and Jackie. Please come up here. Yeah, yep. And so Marcy and Angie were part of the Club 55, so they were on this product. Jackie just started, and I wanted her to share also her journey for these few days. So she's noticed a remarkable, can you grab that microphone there? And so let's go to start with Marcy Nettles, and you look amazing. And just share a little bit about what you noticed. And your hair is awesome.
My hair is crazy. Go ahead, say it, it's okay. Okay, so first of all, I just have to say, I am so excited for every single one of you to experience what I've experienced and what these ladies have experienced. Because that mind-body connection is so vitally important for you really understanding and feeling who you are truly supposed to be. Okay, so how many of you have been on diets before? Raise them, come on, be proud. Okay, how many of them worked? Right? So for me, what I experienced right away is that my self-talk had been really negative before I started on the MD system. I would actually look at myself in the mirror because I had gained some weight and I'm in my mid-50s and I was not able to get rid of it no matter what I did. Nutrition, exercise, everything. And so when I would look at myself in the mirror, what I was saying to myself was, oh my God, I cannot believe you're gonna even go outside the house looking like that. Oh my gosh, look at those back rolls. Oh my gosh, those pants are so tight, people can see your leg dimples. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're gonna do that. Anybody sound familiar to you? Well, on day 2, when we were still in Park City, I'm mixing up the powder for myself and my husband, and there's a mirror right in front of me. And I look at myself, and my mind says, you look thinner already. I was shocked, because that's not how I had been thinking about myself right? And in that same time period, I had lost all cravings. My sugar addiction, anybody else have that? Completely gone. I have not had any desire for sugar. And by the way, yesterday was my 8th week. So I've been on this for 8 weeks now. I'm down 10.4 pounds, over 13 inches, and over 5 of those inches are from my waist. And so when we're talking about that unhealthy visceral fat, 5 inches off my weight. And so I was one of those people that also did the before blood work and the after blood work of 45 days experience. And my cholesterol went down 31 points, my cortisol went down 5 points, my A1C went down 0.3 points, my insulin and my glucose both went down as well in 45 days, guys. So when we say this is so much more than weight loss, I know, does anything else need to be said? But seriously, what we have in our hands can change the way people live, their health. If you change a parent, a mother or a father, how they feel about themselves, increase their confidence, give them the ability to feel the way they're supposed to be, the way God created them to be, how do you think families are going to change? And then how are communities going to change? And how can this country change? Because this country needs a lot of change. So let's make America healthy again. Wow. And I'm just getting started. Because you notice that 8 weeks, right? In 8 weeks, they lost an average of 9 pounds. I'm starting that 3rd, 4 weeks, and that's where they lost 15 to 17. Yeah. So I can't freaking wait to see what's coming next.
Awesome. Thank you, Marcy. Angie Harper. Oh my gosh, girl, I just love you. Been on many beaches together.
I don't know how to follow that.
And your story, your story.
Well, I watched your journey. Your transformation is remarkable.
Thank you. And it's actually really similar to what Marcy shared. I do have to say, I have a closet full of blousey tops. And today, I tucked in my top. And I don't have to worry about hiding my visceral fat anymore because it's melting away. It really is. So I was blessed. Sorry, I was screaming at my son's football game last night, so I don't have a voice. But yeah, really similar story to Marcy. I've been on the product for 8 weeks. I was lucky enough to win the trip to Park City. And I've actually been on a weight loss and health journey for the last 2 years. And I've been diligent about my diet. I've been working out. I lift weights 4 times a week. My workout buddy is right here. My oldest son, who's in the Navy, his girlfriend is 18 years old, and she's here today. So thanks for coming, Brooke. And she's my workout buddy, and we've been diligent about it. And my diet is pretty clean. I do like an 80-20. I do like to eat tacos, and I like pizza, so I live on the weekends, have a cocktail here and there. And I've been doing that for 2 years, and the scale was not moving. I'll be 50 in December, and I noticed right around the time I turned probably 46, 47, it was just really hard to lose weight, especially in the stomach area. So for me, because I eat a high protein diet, I try to get about 100 grams of protein a day, I didn't really have a lot of food noise, to be honest. I really was never hungry during the day. I kind of had to force myself to eat anyway. So I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, is this gonna work for me if I don't have food noise, if I don't crave food, I'm not a sugar addict, never drink soda, I don't like sweets. So I really didn't think it was gonna do much for me, to be honest. But in 8 weeks, I've lost 10 pounds. I've lost a total of over 10 inches, 4 of those inches in my stomach. So that right there told me something is happening in my body. There is a switch that is being flipped that needed to be flipped. And so the more research I do on GLP-1, the more excited I get. And like the doctor said, there is way more to it than weight loss. And actually, my own doctor is Dr. Rodarte. She is my doctor. And so she has watched my journey for the past 2 years, and I can't wait to go back and get my labs done again so that she can compare to what my labs were prior. I'm really excited about that. I also wanted to tell you guys about an app. It's a free app on your phone called, oh crap, I just forgot. Thank you, My 360.
Spelled out.
My, MY 360, spell it out. And I just did it this morning. I wish I had done it before we started this. You take a picture of yourself and it scans your entire body, tells you your body fat, tells you your measurements, your waist, your chest, your arms, your legs, and I have my chart because I've been doing my measurements every single week since I started, and I thought there's no way this is gonna be accurate. You guys, it was accurate. It was my measurements. Isn't that crazy? And there's an image of you, and anyway, so I recommend everybody do that before you start, for sure.
Or do it now if you've already started.
My 360.
Is it me 360? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's not Life 360 where you're following anyone. It's just body scan. It's really cool.
Jackie Shore.
Hi, everybody. Everybody knows I'm from New York. I'm medical, and I'm the biggest skeptic, right, Marie? So it took me forever. So I was getting a little excited when I especially heard Marcy's and Angie's testimonies watching it, because I normally don't talk about a product until I experience it. What I have experienced this last week, I'm not skinny. Never was. Well, I was once upon a time, but it's been a battle, and I've had to battle those demons. It has been life-changing. I cannot begin to tell you. I'm a chocoholic. I have a sugar tooth. If it's chocolate, you bring in the bag. By the end of the night, the bag is gone. I have no self-control. I was always beating myself up, but I had no self-control. I've done Atkins. Every diet out there. I've tried. I've done it. I've committed. For a while, the scale doesn't move. I'm telling you, I have chocolate sitting in my house. I have not craved it. I've not eaten it, and it's still sitting in my house. I walk by, I open the cabinet, and I'm not reaching in to grab it. This is amazing. And this is like, I accidentally stepped on the scale. I said to myself, I was only doing it once a week because I can get obsessed with numbers and beat myself up more. I don't want to have that because hear the self-talk. And I was a fat person. I have a picture of me, very, very skinny, on my refrigerator at 120 pounds. And part of my fat issue is I don't see myself as fat. I visualize all the time my skinny me. So when I have to really look in the mirror and see how much I gained, it's really, I beat myself up more. So I don't want to go there, right? So I was trying to figure out my new Renfo scale and everything else, and I stepped on it, and I was really in shock when I stepped on it, and it said I lost 5 pounds from Sunday to Thursday. I'm going to be on this forever. I'm going to be the biggest advocate of this because it really, literally has shifted my whole mind. I don't think about food. I don't think about, and I'm sugar. If there's a cupcake there, if there's a cookie there, if there's something out there, I would rather eat that than eat food. I'll stop and pick up ice cream along the way and sometimes not even tell my husband and get me a snack, and not bring home for him. Sorry, honey, I know you're here, I'm being honest. I have not done that at all this week. I've not thought about it. And I've gotten hungry after I had my 2 scoops in the morning. All of a sudden around 12:30, 1 o'clock, I'm like, oh, I'm really hungry, I gotta eat. And I'm craving protein and veggies and fruit. And I'm eating that, and then I take my powder for the afternoon, I mix it in my drinks, and I have it the rest of the day. And I'm telling you, I'm not snacking at night. Sometimes I will have some Greek yogurt at night with a little bit of Granola and that's it. It's unbelievable. This is like taking the shackles and all of that off of me. So I just had to share.
Thank you, Jackie, that was a good one for that. Thank you, ladies, anything else you need to say?
I always have something. What I want you to know is do not wait until you've had your experience to start sharing it. You need to start getting loud from the moment you take your first 2 capsules. Share your journey very vulnerably along the way, because that is where people are going to see themselves taking the same journey with you. And it's in that you'll be able to lock arms and build a business. Okay, so don't be afraid, because you saw my before pictures, that sucked, right? But think about the afters and the benefits and what you're going to be able to help people do in their lives. Don't make it about you. Make it about who you're going to be able to help and impact. So start sharing, and by the way, go live on Facebook. Go live and share your journey. Just be you. And people will love it and want to join you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you, Marcy, and Jackie. Excited for the journey. We're gonna have giveaways. Did everybody, thank you, Claire, my guest, I put her to work. Already putting her to work. All right. Everybody should have a raffle ticket.
Who needs one? Anyone need one?
Anyone? I do. And Gentry, we're gonna have you come up, and we have a lot of things to give away today. So stay with us. And then I have this too. Okay. And okay.
Oh my gosh, yeah. All right, everybody grab one of these and untie it and do it and tear it apart. Yep, we'll pass them out. And then put them in the hat. How's that? That's our goal.
Okay, so in the meantime, who has a guest here? Stand up. Awesome. Let's give gifts out to our guests, okay? Or gifts to the consultants who have a guest, and then you can do what you want to. Oh. Is that wrong? I don't know. It's not wrong. Keep. Oh, do we have enough? I do have a bag. I have a bag over here of stuff too. Here you go. And another one. Second. Okay. Here. Yep. I got a hat to give away too. How's that? Hi. You have a guest. Okay, so take care of your guests. I'm giving this, okay, we're not gonna have much to give away. No, I have a whole bag of other goodies. Trust me. Maria Williams helped me with all this, so. What? All right, put the things in there. And we can do another round a little bit later, but here is for, who else? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on up here then, guys. Come on up here, come on up here.
Oh, funny.
And then we'll do raffle. You're welcome. All right, hold on. Here's a t-shirt. Let's do this. Here's this. You take it. Here.
All right.
All right, how's that? Okay, fantastic. All right, we have a whole bag of other goodies here, so we're gonna start, do a few more, and then we're gonna get to training, right? Or we're gonna take a little break if people want to. All right, check your little ticket. Wait a minute, I have a guest too. I can speak. I have a guest. There you go. All right, here we go for a prize that you get to pick out of the bag. 884593. 884593. Come on. Would you like, this is like a phone case if you're gonna go in the water? Yeah? Okay, is that mine? Perfect. All right, here's for a Eric Worre Go Pro book. And this is a great book, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. This is actually how to become a wonderful connector of the world. It really is. It's how to show up for yourself and others. And that number is 884517. 884517.
Oh, and 8.
Oh, last three numbers are 517.
Me.
Wait. Asa. Yay! Fantastic. Okay, we're going to do one more. And we'll come back and do more towards the end. All right, this will be the last one for now. The last 3 numbers are 580. Yay! Laura!
All right.
Cute. Axio socks with toes. All right, so we're gonna, yes? Yeah, you're good. Thank you. From here, we're gonna go into training, and Dawn is going to be sharing some wonderful training. So we're gonna take a 5-minute break. You need to go to the restroom, and we're gonna come back and get started. And then we're gonna have a bonus. So this training will be after, from 12 to 1. And then we'll have a bonus, or 12 to 12:45, whenever she finishes with the initial training to show you how you can do this and what we do. Dawn is a influencer in social media, and for those that are, I would say medium plus, it's gonna be a great training for you. Everybody's invited to stay, but it's not gonna be teaching you the basics of social media, okay? You gotta have that down already. All right, go potty. We'll be back.
Thanks, Mom.
You're doing great.
Yay, it's fun. Oh, I forgot to say there's a tape.
You guys, I forgot to say there's samples in the lobby. There's samples in the lobby of the GLP-1 drink. If you want a little cup, go over there and taste it, and also Axio.
I want to ask the ladies if this is the app I want.
Hey, I'm gonna tell her. Yeah.
I'm gonna pause the recording.
Three, okay, that's specific. Let's make it measurable and time bound. By when?
By the end of the month.
Yes. So what do we have, like 12 days?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so we just need to do what we've done in the last 6 days and the 12 days.
Yes.
My goal is EC3 by the end of the month.
Yes, that is awesome. So I love when we have like 12 days, right? And then we can be like, divide it by 12 days. Look at, maybe you need 100,000, maybe you need 20,000, maybe you need 12,000, right? Divide it by the number of days. And that is what you need to help yourself and your team achieve in that amount of time. That makes it achievable, right? When you break it down, when you look at this big number, like let's say you're looking at becoming SC1 and it's 2,000, or MC1 and it's 10,000. It's a lot to look at that one number. But if you look at that number spread over 30 days, or maybe you give yourself 2 months to achieve one of those goals, that becomes something that you can do. Also, I would encourage you to find somebody that's doing the same thing in the business with you. Right now, there's a bunch of us running for that rank advancement. When I was in Nebraska the other night, the host there was showing me her numbers, I was showing her my numbers. You know, I just shared numbers with Angie. That's so fun, because when Brett hit EC2 the other night, like, I just couldn't help but be emotional, because we had talked about that in Salt Lake City last month, and I was like, let's go do it, man, let's do this, and we did. That is one of the things I love the most about this business, is it's team life advantage. It's not one team or the other, we're here for each other. So get one consultant in 30 days, or you can be like Kim and get 2, that's fine, that's great. Make a list of 25 people. You know, you can make a list of 25 people, or you can make a list of 100 people. It doesn't matter how many names you put on that list, you have to go talk to them. Once you put them on the paper, that's not where it ends. That is where the conversation starts. One thing that I really like to do is I found some great different videos and Wellness Wednesdays and stuff like that I knew would bless somebody. I watched that video and I sent it to my friend and I was like, hey, this video just made me think of you. You should, when you have time, you should watch it. Both of the women that I sent that to enrolled as consultants. They're both sharing these products with other people. I didn't say like, hey, LifeVantage, hey, this or that. They watched the videos, then they wanted more information, and then they enrolled as consultants, and because they did that, they're having conversations in their community, and that is how a movement spreads. So plan your launch event, whether that's in person or virtual. I wouldn't do just one or the other, I would give people options. I maybe even would set a couple dates for a launch event, and I would do it right away. You don't need products. You can have a launch event with the help of your upline, with one of your friends in the business, to get this awesome opportunity and these awesome products into other people's hands. You want to invite people to your event. And I wouldn't say just like mass texting people or mass messaging people. I would be really sincere about it. I would have, you know, very honest conversations, why you thought of them, why you would love for them to attend your event. And I'm a party planner. I like to make things fun, right? So I would, whatever it is, whoever you are, be authentic to who you are, but make sure that whatever you do is duplicatable. Duplicable? Whatever the word is. You don't want to have a circus act and balloons and amazing food if that isn't duplicatable, right? You want to keep it really simple and keep the message about the product, keep the message about this business. So there's a ton of opportunities for us to share this great company with people. The big blue calendar is online, and that's where events, meetings, and calls, like the whole list throughout the company, because we're one LifeVantage. That is where you can find this information in different cities. And then we have the Why LifeVantage calls. Those are on Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So those are great to plug into yourself and then to get other people on as well. So, from your team. So your upline might have opportunity meetings. Just like I was promoting this meeting because I have a little bit of a team here in Arizona. Make sure that you're knowing where things are in different cities across the country so that you can promote those and think about, who do I know in Helena? Who do I know in Indianapolis? So that you can invite people in those local communities to attend events like this and create your own personal launch event, like we said earlier. So, who in here has hosted a launch event for themselves? Who's going to after this? Yes. So, what did Marisa call you in the beginning, like old folks? Or what was it?
Old-timers.
Old-timers, yeah. You could relaunch your business. We have a brand new product. You better be relaunching your business. This is an exciting time to let people know, again, who LifeVantage is, what we're doing, what we're about. So that kind of wraps up the consultant training portion of the event. I'm glad to answer any questions. I might not have the answers, but I definitely would love to visit more about this opportunity because I just firmly feel after having been with a couple different companies, and granted I'm brand new, kind of 2 years into LifeVantage, anything's possible for any of you in here. I think we're at a momentous time in the company. We have a corporate staff that is behind us all the way. You can text or call customer service. Like, how many other things do you wish you could text or call? As easily as you could get a hold of our customer service. That is beautiful. It's great for you. It's great for your customers. We have products and science that backs our products that are life-changing. Do not waste this time. Go and talk to people. You saw tears in people's eyes up here on stage. Who can you promote change in their life that could bring them to tears? I think it was maybe Marcy that said, like, this changes a mom, this changes a family, it changes the future of maybe our country, who knows? But we are at such a time and place that we need to really get loud about what we're experiencing here at LifeVantage.
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. We have beautiful Isa that would like to share something with us. Would you? Okay.
Isa.
Hi. I wasn't planning on asking to talk today, but I feel like it's really important to say. I'm Isa Dinerman. I've been a part of this company for 7 years. Gosh, I'm nervous. But I thought I'm going to share in front of all of you as my family, as I go more public about my journey through eating disorder recovery since I was 18 years old. And it changes your brain, guys. It changes how you see yourself. It changes how you want to show up on social media, how you think you look in pictures and videos, all of that. It makes you feel small. It makes you feel like you should just become smaller and smaller. And so, gosh, I'm so nervous.
Love you.
Thank you. But I want to say, I'm on day 5 of this product. Jackie, where are you? I can so relate to you. I can relate to each and every one of you who have shared. And I want you to remember that we are not just talking to people who are struggling to lose weight, we're also talking to people that are in recovery, whether it's eating issues, whether it is addiction, whatever it is, guys, body dysmorphia. But I reached out to Dr. Brett a couple of times through this, knowing his sister's journey and illness. And day 5, I can say that I feel more comfortable in my body. I don't feel like I want to get out of my body. I feel that quite often. Many of you I know have seen it in me, feeling really uncomfortable, and people think I'm just aloof or whatever, but I have to say I feel comfortable. I took a selfie with my best friend yesterday. We went and had coffee real quick, and I took a selfie, and I didn't look at the picture and zoom in on myself before I decided to post it. I felt so good in my heart that I just said, Gina, can I post this? And she said, yeah, and I did it. And she looked at me and she said, you're different. And I said, thank God, thank God. So I just want to say, guys, this is freeing people of so many. We talk about, Dawn just mentioned this compensation plan. I know it's changed my life, and let it be a blessing to yours and to many others, but you are going to bless so many people as well that aren't trying to lose weight, that are struggling with so many different issues. I bought the scale, it's still in the box at my house. That's something I'm working towards, and I thought, I'm not going to judge myself that I didn't do that on day 1. I'm documenting my mental health journey. So, wow, thank you guys for letting me share this.
I am.
Oh, Marcy, thank you.
I love you.
I love you. Thank you, guys. You're gonna see me
show up a little differently now, guys.
My Tinkerbell is gonna fly. I love her. She's a little, she is zen. She is tiny and mighty in a beautiful way. She is powerful beyond measure, and I know she's been containing a lot of it. And he said that was really beautiful, beautiful sharing. And I'm so excited. And she also teaches anti-gravity yoga in Prescott. Pretty cool. So we attract some wonderful people here. Dawn, do you want to finish up, or do you want to extend the bonus for people who want to stay?
Speak me up.
Some of those differences on why like that as well for those who maybe have been in different companies.
I first want to say, Isa, thank you so much for sharing that story. And I have had the blessing in this company to really build online. But if I would have only stayed online, I wouldn't have heard that story. And if you only stay online, you're not going to hear those stories either. And you're not going to be able to tell those stories. The other night, I was at an event, an in-person event. And because I was sharing Brett's story with Luke and just different stories, you know, that inspires so many people. So while social media is like a great place to build this business, and I'm really grateful for that, nothing is ever going to top these in-person events and these conversations. So do not ever stop having the one-to-one conversations or in-person events. I kind of forgot what your question was, but last December, Carrie beat me up. She did, but if you know, you know. Right, Brett? Right? Yeah, I've been really fortunate in the network marketing, direct sales industry, and my last company had a lot of turmoil. I was able to build to the compensation top of the plan and help somebody else do that, and lots of other people, you know, really build great businesses too. And it felt like a cool company where I got to go to Washington, D.C. and lobby for stricter regulation within the industry, and it was just really cool. It was a lot of fun, and our paychecks were very like this, you know? And at a certain point, it got more like steady, but I had told Carrie, November was always a really big month in that company, and my November paycheck was, I think, $7,000 or $8,000. And that was typical. November was a lot more than the other months. But then I think my December paycheck was like under $1,000. And, you know, at one point that was my full-time job, and it's really hard to predict your life if your paychecks are like this, right? So my first company, let me just go back. My first company had auto ship. That's beautiful. It's kind of predictive. You know what your business is gonna do and how much money you can make each month. You can maybe layer a little bit on here and there. Then my second business was just sales, strictly sales. And the packaging, so this is beautiful too, that we have 30-day consumption of our products. The packaging was really beautiful. Remember how I didn't want that like LifeVantage white skincare sitting on my counter? This stuff was gorgeous, like gold lids, pink glass bottles, it was so pretty. But when they made the packaging, it lasted for 6 months. And so as a consumer, that's beautiful. You don't want to keep buying products every single month. But when you're building a business, you have to work your tail off to find new customers every single month to keep up your paycheck, right? So the 30-day consumption cycle is just really awesome. And then the subscriptions, right? To know that every month your paycheck can like be like this. Maybe it just grows a little bit over time, but you can kind of have a really good idea of what your paycheck is going to be from month to month because of that subscription volume. Is that it? Sweet. Okay, so do we want to roll into some like social media type training, or do we want to start with some questions?
Oh yeah, global. Well, then you can be the starter.
So I'm going to register for Global today, and you should too. Okay, so Global Convention is in April in Salt Lake City. So that'll be our big next family reunion. We want to make sure everybody gets registered. I know there's supposed to be a big volleyball tournament or something in town at the same time. And so hotel rooms are gonna go really fast. If you've attended events with us in the past, it's fun to be together, right? The energy we all have coming home from Kansas City right now is it's just unmatched, right? And it gives you that boost of confidence to go and share some more, and share some more, and keep plugging in and sharing some more. So be sure to get registered for that today. Yeah. Okay, so social media. I wouldn't say I'm an influencer, I don't have a huge following, but the other day when I was talking to a girl that I had brought onto our team who is an influencer, she has hundreds of thousands of followers, she said, will you influence me so you are an influencer? So if you've influenced anybody, you're an influencer too. And honestly, if you don't have a large following, but you're monetizing it, that trumps having a big following any day. Because I've talked to a lot of people that have huge number count, you know, or maybe they have the blue check mark because they're fancy, and that's cool, and if they, you know, I love it, I would like one of those someday. But I monetize my platform, and a lot of those people don't. So this is a great opportunity to share our products, especially now with the collagen before and afters, the GLP-1 before and afters. These are easy things to share on social media. So I'll tell you just sort of number one, how I've recruited influencers that I get the opportunity to work with. And then number two, how I, with my influence, because we all have it, how I share, I think authentically on my platform. So number one, you can't do the hey girl or hey guy. Never, ever do that. That makes the whole industry look bad. You need to have authentic connection with people for them to trust you anyway. So authentically connect, right? So if I was wanting to connect with Isa and I would see her beautiful aerial yoga, I could be like, oh my gosh, Isa, that is beautiful. Or like a couple days later, like, wow, you are such a blessing to those people. Or a couple days later, I see her daughter and I'm like, oh, your daughter looks just like you. You two are so beautiful. You know, and I'm just constantly just like being her little friend, and I'm breathing life into her. Because if you can't get on social media and breathe life into people, then just stay off of it. But that is what we should use it for, right? Building people up. Because then all of a sudden, Issa and I get to meet in person, and she's like, no, where did I ever meet you? You're like, you haven't, right? Like, we just became friends on social media. That is how you can build this business. And you don't need to go find somebody that has a huge social following to help them start a business. Because, I mean, I don't know the number, it was huge though. I think Steve shared it somewhere recently. But how many people are struggling financially right now? It's huge. It's huge. If you have leaned into this business in the last little while, like show of hands, is your business up right now? Your paycheck is gonna be bigger. Your paycheck is gonna be bigger. You could bless somebody with that. And it doesn't have to be somebody you know in your everyday life. It can be somebody that you see online. So always think about how you can be a blessing to someone else. That's truly how I've, you know, used my platform to create conversations, ultimately wanting them to work with me, but not necessarily in selfish ways, but because I know this can be a blessing to them too. So that's how I've just authentically lived in people's stories. So on Instagram, the little bubbles at the top, those are the stories. Or if you see their pictures, and then, I mean, the Facebook has it too. I'm more of an Instagram girl. But if you're scrolling your feed and you see that their little bubble is lit up, that means they have something in their stories. So that's where I would comment. I would also like their stuff on their feed. You just want to, all of a sudden, they don't know where you came from. You're just best friends. That's how you really authentically work through the algorithm, I guess. And then for me, the way I've worked my business with my influence is I trained my team this in my previous company because our product was really like that product that you could get on any corner, right? So I'm gonna tell you a story because this will help you remember what you need to do. So for example, we sold mascara, right? It wasn't even that good. So it was hard to get people to buy the mascara, but it was clean. But when you leave here on your way home, how many places do you think you could get mascara? I mean, you don't even have to drive a block, you probably can find 4 or 5 places, right? If I didn't turn my light on in the morning, my little open sign, like, hello, I'm here, I sell mascara. If I didn't tell you that regularly, like every single day, and you're on your way home and you remember you didn't need mascara, are you gonna remember Dawn's mascara? Or are you gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna run into Target and take it home with me today? You're gonna go to Target. Because I didn't have my open sign on and you didn't know, you forgot because you're busy and it wasn't intentional. You didn't want to forget about me, but you're living your life just like I'm living my life. And you forget that I sell mascara. I don't take it personal, but it's my fault for not having my open sign on and reminding you that I sell mascara. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. You know what you can get on like almost every corner? Collagen, right? You can get some collagen at Costco. You can get some at Target, I suppose. I mean, all over, right? Yeah. It's not our collagen, but you can get it there. If I'm not building bulletproof belief in you about our collagen and you run out of collagen, you think you're gonna wait 5 to 7 days to get more? Or are you gonna run to Target because it's collagen, right? And you can mix in your coffees like so easy. You're gonna stop and get collagen somewhere else. So you have to remember every single morning when you get out of bed, you gotta turn your open sign on. And you don't have to spam people, but you can be like, oh my gosh, my friend Marisa just had this amazing transformation. And then I show her picture and I tell a little bit about her. Maybe I show a picture of us together at an event, right? It's that simple. Just reminding people what you do. I weave network marketing into my social media all the time. I believe in this industry. Like, I have a good life. I don't need to do this. I choose to do this because I know this is a vehicle for other transformative lives for us. Plus, I love it. It's really fun. So it is a choice that we've made as a family to get really uncomfortable, and I want to get even more uncomfortable because I know with the momentum that our team has right now, things that I didn't think were possible for me for years and years and years are probably possible soon. Or my husband having the opportunity to retire can probably happen sooner rather than later. So I talk about network marketing and just being a business professional all the time on my social media. A lot of times I use trending sounds or like weird audios because that's what the algorithm likes, you know, and that's catchy. I'm gonna get bumped to the top, that sort of thing. So I would definitely talk about our industry, I would talk about our products, but I wouldn't necessarily be somebody that's just constantly selling products all the time. Sell the transformation. Sell the before and after, sell the scientific results, right? Show those numbers. 140% increase in GLP-1. No muscle loss. Those are the things that you tell those stories and people are like, wow, that could work for me. So that's, you know, some of the main ways that I use social media for myself. Is there any questions?
The little round things on Instagram, how do you do those?
Stories?
No, not the highlight bubbles.
I don't use those. Oh, the highlight bubbles?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, mine are really outdated. So if you have Instagram, so you could go to your story, which is, we're gonna pair your bubble, and it should be on because you turned your light on this morning. You said, I'm open for business, right? So do you have a story? Okay, see that little bubble at the bottom that says highlight?
Yeah.
Show her, friend. Thank you. Okay, click that.
I did.
And now, do you have any of these?
No.
Okay, make one. What is your topic?
GLP.
Hit the plus sign. So, the other thing I want to say before I forget is you want to be attraction marketing. You don't want to be spammy, so you want to provide value for people and you want to attract them. You want to leave them wanting more information. So that's what attraction marketing is, where you're just that like person they just want to be your friend, right? Because you're funny or you're authentically who you are, or you're sharing just enough information to pique their interest, but they like need to get closer to you to get to know more about you. So this is my Instagram page. Oh good, she's helping. Across the bottom, do you see these blue circles? Those are my highlight bubbles. I'm so bad at using them, I gotta get better, now I'm gonna get better. So mine are like leader, GLP-1, design, fitness, beauty, shopping, cooking, mom, collagen, my man, Hank, real estate, travel, lady. So I got my dogs, got my husband, got my kids, because I'm attraction marketing, right? This is my life, I'm showing you my life in real time. Okay, so then we go back up here. So here's a like funny little GLP-1 reel that we made. It says, walking out of our GLP-1 launch event, like, and I'm like walking on my walking pad in my office. Okay, so then at the bottom, I can hit highlight, and then I have a GLP-1 highlight, and I can, oh shoot, what happened? So I have the highlight, GLP-1, boom, it's in there. So this like catalogs kind of your stories, and then it saves them there. Like, for example, Tracy, who's on my team, she has a GLP-1 highlight, and then when people say, tell me about your GLP-1 transformation, she sends them to the highlight. And that's where her GLP-1, story lives. And I don't know if you can do 50 or 100 highlights in there, and then they kind of push one out if you bring another one in, and it'll tell you, like, that's maxed out, do you wanna still add it? And then it'll kick one out, I think. Yeah, she just says, look at my GLP-1 highlight bubble. Mm-hmm. Nope, I've just seen her and she told me, she says, yeah, just take a look at my GLP-1 highlight bubble. Yep. And I'm not afraid to put links on things. I mean, how many times have you been just like cruising through Instagram and you bought something and then it shows up at your house and you're like, I didn't mean to do that, right? Do that, put your link on there. Don't be afraid to put your link on there. If they want to know more about the GLP-1 and you put your link on there, do you know what it's gonna give them? Scientific studies. It takes them right to that page where it has all the information. We are living in an instant society. We want stuff and we want it now. Make it easy for people. Like that is so easy for somebody to grab your link, throw it in the cart and check out, right? Yeah. I mean, my follow count isn't growing that fast, but my monetization is. So to me, that's the true measure, because I mean, follow count is fun, but I'm not in a popularity contest. I already know I'm not cool. Like, but the fact that I'm monetizing it is what I'm looking for. I want to pay the bills, right? But yeah, so I have several influencers on my team. Some are doing it and some aren't. But that's how I've attracted everybody, is living in their DMs. I have Katie, who we're going to do an event for. Katie's sister lives in, where does she live? Okay, North Scottsdale. We're going to do an event tomorrow. There's 10 to 15 women that are coming. I never met Katie before LifeVantage. I knew her, she was in our city, and she had multiple boutiques. And boutique owners, by the way, are very good people to talk to right now because they're all going broke. You know anybody that owns a boutique, this could be a huge blessing to them. People are already used to buying from them. I wouldn't be, hey girl, I wouldn't be spammy, I'd become their friend and they wouldn't even know how it happened. But you have a beautiful business to offer them right now. I never met Katie. Katie always talks about her life on social media, and she was talking about having run like a half marathon or something, and how she was just like in so much pain afterwards. And there was a girl in Sioux Falls that had done an Ironman, and she was a customer of Michelle's. And her results, because she had done, I think, tri-synergizer and collagen, probably Axio, she had felt amazing after she did this Ironman. There was people that had done the Ironman with her, and they were in this little social media group, whatever, and they were all talking about how they were feeling, and it was like 4 weeks out from the Ironman, and everybody else in that group couldn't even walk. They were trying all the things, they were in so much pain. The day after the Ironman, she started her workouts again. So Katie kept talking about, oh, I'm so sore, and I kept saying, Katie, you need collagen and Protandim, like I can help you. Ignored me for 6 months. I just kept talking to her, I think she'll probably be an MC3 this month. That's $40,000 in volume that's gonna flow through my business. Because I kept having a conversation with her. here's, like, this could probably be the biggest takeaway I could maybe put on this. I don't hear no. I don't hear it. Like, you can tell me no for 6 months, I do not hear it. I'm not pushy, but I do not give up. Because I am so convicted that I have something that can change your life, that I'm not gonna let you tell yourself, no, you're crazy. And I have no problem saying to people, you are crazy if you don't look at this. Like, just hear me out. They don't know what they're saying no to, right? You don't know what you're saying no to. At least find out what you're saying no to. That's my conviction. Like, I know that I know that I know that I know that I know we have a great opportunity for people here. I do not question it. But just because social media is available and it's like such a fun and easy platform to use, do not quit having human conversations. Those are so transformative. And those are gonna reach so many people that need to hear this message. So don't be afraid to talk about LifeVantage, either on social media or in person. It is a blessing, and if you don't go share this with people, I think you're selfish. So, yes?
So, I see a lot of influencers have hours where they're not talking. Do you know what that is about, like how it
I don't know about that. What I can tell you is that my influencer friends are sick of staring at their phone all day, and it's their job. So their job is to crank out content, not consume content. So I'm guessing that they're following people that they know, like, and care about. And they're not just following hundreds of thousands of people because it's just bogging them down with information overload.
Yeah.
I could ask, but I'm guessing that's what it is. I mean, I could admit that I've been addicted to staring at the feed too, you know, and that's just not serving anyone, it's just consumption. And I don't wanna consume, I wanna create. So I'm guessing that's why. Why people with a large following count maybe aren't following a lot of people.
Do you think there's a more effective platform than another, or is it just whichever one you feel like you're more effective and engaged?
Go where the people are. If you have people on Facebook, go there. If you have people on Instagram, go there. Double whammy, make one speak to the other. I have my Instagram speak to my Facebook. I rarely post on Facebook. It's probably better to have separate stuff on the different platforms, but I am a mom of 3. I have 3 businesses. My husband's never home, and we have 2 dogs.
You just need a horse.
How fun. I do have horses I've never seen.
I'm wondering, as I've done this, I'm on social media a lot.
Awesome.
Have you tried boosting any of your posts? I feel like sometimes it's really good and sometimes not, but I was actually wondering if Instagram is flagging certain words. I've noticed it's gotten a little bit less.
That's a good question. I don't know if they're flagging words. I feel like my following has continued to grow gradually, which has been normal for me. But I would say more importantly than anything is being consistent. Like I shared this tip from stage last week, but imagine LifeVantage is your job, and most jobs are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, right? You go to work Monday because you had Saturday and Sunday off, you feel good. So you go to work Monday and you did a good job, and then Tuesday you like showed up 20 minutes late, maybe you even like cut out 30 minutes early because your kid had an event or something, and then Wednesday you were like, ugh, you didn't even go to work. And then Thursday, you went back because you took Wednesday off. Friday, you worked a half day. And when you come back the next Monday, what do you think your boss is gonna say? Like, dude, you don't have a job, right? I don't know what you did last week, but now you have all week off. That's the same thing with LifeVantage, right? It's also the same thing with social media. The algorithm rewards you for being consistent. It rewards you for having connection, using different things in your stories like polls and like the little slider bar and different things like that. So yeah, I'm not sure about keywords, but I mean, I guess there probably is times when they, especially right now with the political scene we're in, I'm sure there's lots of things that are being kind of pushed aside. Yes.
Dawn, I have a woman that's following me. She lives in my town, and whenever I make a post, She is in another company that has a supplement, not
Mhm.
like ours.
Mhm.
But the first to comment, and Marisa got in there with her the other day, she's the first to comment, and she's promoting her product and the award that it won. And I'm just being kind and saying, that's great, I'm happy for you that you're, but I want to block her. Like, would you suggest just taking people out?
Is she your friend in real life?
I don't know. I know she lives in my town,
Block
but
her.
yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it is
that's right.
your page.
Yeah.
So you're free to do that.
Okay.
You know, I've blocked people. I think there's 8 people I've blocked. I mean, there's
Okay.
just no point.
And would you delete the comment? Would you delete the comment?
I maybe would. I wouldn't turn off comments though. I mean,
Just turn her off. Just turn her
yeah, I would just,
okay.
I would just let her go. You know, I mean, if and when you meet her in real life, you can have an honest conversation with her, and until then, she just doesn't exist. That's the one thing with social media, and I really admire my friends that have built big followings. Sometimes people say mean things to you. I just woke up this morning, I hosted an event in my hometown where I grew up, and this was like the advertisement to come to the event. And this guy that I grew up with that I haven't seen for 25 years commented on an event that's already over and said, "This is misleading." And I was like, I took those freaking pictures myself. Like, how could this be misleading? It's the exact same place in my house, 3 times in a row. And so I just said, tell me how it's misleading. I don't know if he's commented, I really don't care. But I mean, when I see and that's nothing compared to what my friends have gone through, because my friends really take a stance in what they believe in, whether it's their faith or their political views, they really firmly plant, and they get beat up. So you have to have pretty thick skin. Like, there's very few things you could say about me that would ever affect me. I want you to like me, but if you don't, I don't care. Like, that ain't how I'm paying my bills. I don't pay my bills with the opinions of other people. So.
I always say you have to have skin thicker than wet toilet paper.
Yes, well, yeah, for sure.
Well,
yeah.
So what I can say is I've been in natural healthcare my whole life. I didn't know there was an option not to take vitamins when you're little, at least did.
Cute.
Like, but I've never been loud on social media. I've never thought that I talk like that before I go. Like, if you're with me at any period of time, like, you're gonna hear what I do. Like, this is bulletproof. Like, I have seen it change so many lives, and including mine and my son's. Like, because we have something nobody else has. So get loud in whatever, whether it's a platform or a person, but everybody listens. Like, I love it, no one with strangers. Person on a plane, I love it. Because they can't go anywhere. They're stuck.
They're stuck.
But I make friends with them. Like, I literally carry the bag back so every person that I do that. So it's just, so just figure out what works. But
absolutely. Yes. No shame. For sure. Make them be your friends.
Know your why.
Know your why.
Why are you doing this? And you're gonna let one small person deter you from your why and your purpose.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. I mean,
they don't know what they don't know.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And you can get sad for like a day, but then you have to get up tomorrow and turn your open sign on. Because somebody needs you to turn that open sign on. This is not about mascara.
And encourage them, because you don't know what they're going through.
Absolutely.
You don't know why they're blowing smoke on your post. It can have something to do with something else in their lives. So don't take it personal.
The real life is kind of the same as social media. Like, when somebody is mad at you in real life, like cuts you off in traffic, or just kind of is rude to you, like TSA has been rude to us recently, or our car driver the other day, it has nothing to do with you. Like, we want to make everything about us. It's not about us. They are coming to you with their baggage, because it's just easy to be rude to you than to like process their emotions themselves. Like, just don't be that person. But most of the time it has nothing to do with you. You're not that important. It's something else. Cool? Okay, just go share. Thank you all for coming out. I appreciate so many faces here.
Thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you. We appreciate you all. Thank you. Wow. You can do it. whether it's in person or on social media, but do it all. Get out of your comfort zone. We have to grow and get out of your head and into your heart. That's what this business is about. And it's highs and lows, it's emotional. And we want to celebrate you. And we want to celebrate your successes, but you're changing lives. Like, I was in tears listening to Jackie today. I was in tears listening to Isa today. And had I not shared with Isa, it took her 4 years to join me. But I maintained a nice friendship with her. I met her randomly at her skin care place in Prescott. And we just became friends. And she happened to be in Costa Rica and overheard somebody else talking about it and messaged me on Messenger. And at 10 o'clock at night, and said, "Is this what you're doing?" I said, "Yes." And she said, I want to do this. I want to talk to you. And I go, "Have you watched the ABC that I sent you 4 years ago?" I kept following up. And she had not. I said, "You better watch that ABC." But now, the new generation, they don't do that as much. Some of us love it, because that's what got me. Because Carrie Williams gave that to me. And I saw it, and I went, I am so in. I didn't really know what I said yes to. And had I not gone to an event 2 weeks later, and didn't have the money to do it, by the way, we put my pack on a credit card, and I said to my husband, "I'll pay it off in 4 weeks." And I think it was 6 weeks. And I sold my first bottle of Protandem at my first launch. I had 1 bottle sold, 20 people there. As Carrie said, I go, "How many people do I need to invite?" 50. Like, 50? I don't even know if I know 50 people. But we stretch you, and we have a memory jogger, and we have a system in place to help you. There's no reason, if you have to look and see what your why is, and really close your eyes and see where you want to be, because it's not for everybody in the business, but the products sure are. And it's been game-changing. I would really love to bring Carrie Williams and Maria Williams up here. Not planned, but without them, this room would not be filled. It actually needs to be filled more. So the next time we do this, and thank you, New Vision Center for Spiritual Living, for this beautiful space. And thank you all who contributed to help pay for this venue. But these ladies, they're Williams sisters. They were they were next door neighbors, and Maria, I didn't know. Carrie, I barely knew. I saw the bottoms of her feet more than I saw her face in yoga. And I was like, she needs a pedicure. But they believed in me, and I wanted her life. I wanted her life, and it was not, I wasn't envying her life, but I wanted freedom. I wanted time freedom. I wanted to be able to be at that bus stop with my kids when I wanted and not have to rush to a job, which I wasn't really doing that, but I wasn't doing anything that was really bringing in income at the time. So this was a godsend, and I know she dug the well before she was thirsty, and I won't even get into all of that, but you can if you want. But Carrie and Maria came to my house in a baseball cap and sweats. I had never met her, and she's like, "Let's drink." She's like, "Ready?" I'm like, okay. And I just did. She asked me, "Are you coachable? And are you teachable? And are you a good student?" And I said, "Yes." And I have done everything pretty much that they've asked me to do without being a puppet, right? You know, I mean, I do my own thing too, but they believed in me, and the growth that you get from this business and the people that you get to connect with, we are the average of the 5 people we hang with, and I hang out with some really awesome people that see the best in all of us so that we can be better human beings on this planet and serve better, okay? So Take it away, ladies.
Yeah, I'll go first so I can leave it to you. 14 years in this business. You have to fall in love with this product. You have to fall in love with this product. I'm looking at Mel because this product has saved my life, and a lot of you know my story. We're not recording, right?
Right.
So I have an incurable blood cancer. And so oncologists said 4 to 5 years to live. If you do the chemo, you may get 10, and there's always more chemos, so 20. So it's gonna be 20 years of doing chemo. What I said to him is, so that started in 2007, they thought it was leukemia. I worked in a very toxic manufacturing environment. And they thought it was leukemia, and it wasn't. They said, come back and get retested, but then our life went upside down because of the bad economy. My husband's job got eliminated, and so we moved here to Arizona, from Massachusetts to Arizona. And so I started my health journey. I said, well, if there's something going on, let me get into health and wellness, right? And I learned all about antioxidants, and antioxidants were great. And then Carrie showed me that ABC investigative report where they were talking about your own body making its own antioxidant enzymes, which were 1 million times more potent. I did not have to be a doctor. I knew that I'm gonna take 1 to 1 or 1 million to 1. I want the million. This is gonna give me much better chances. So I got on that product and I got my energy back. All I felt was tired and run down. That's why I didn't go back to another oncologist, because I'm like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm just tired and run down. But I got on this product and I felt amazing. I got my energy back. I got just my vitality, everything back, and all little things started getting better. Migraines went away, infections that I was getting went away. It was just all the underlying stuff that was happening that I didn't even know. So I fall in love with this product. So fall in love with this product. Find a way for you to believe in one of these, right? Today, GPL is so easy. GLP is it? Oh, sorry, I'm terrible. G, the big G is so easy to talk about. I can only get one letter out, so you don't have to be perfect to do this. So it's so easy, it's such an easy conversation. Like, I'm super healthy, but I have extra weight, and I've been working with Dr. Melody and trying. I told her today, I said, if you told me you had the shot, I think I would have taken it. I'm glad she didn't tell me though. But the weight has been a struggle, but it's not with this. I'm down 4 pounds in 1 week. Where's Nancy? She leaving? I even want a bodysuit too. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna buy a bodysuit, I wore it today. So it's real. That food noise is shut down. It is shut down. It is incredible. So I start building my business. I fall in love with the product. I didn't know anything about this industry, but I learned about it, and I started to build my belief in this industry, right? I didn't have anything negative. I just didn't know network marketing existed, right? I mean, my parents did Amways when I was in my 20s, and they wanted me really bad because I could speak 2 languages, and I'm like, I'm in my 20s, I want to have fun. But here it came back 20-some years later. But the one thing I learned when I went to that one Amway meeting when I was 20 was I sat in a room like that, and it was the vision, these people talking about the choices in their life, right? And I was always a big dreamer. I wanted a lot out of life. And so when Carrie came and I saw this, first it was my health. I got my health back. I went to the doctor. My new doctor says to me, it was 2014, 7 years later, right, when they like to recheck stuff. So she says to me, let's go back and go recheck, make sure everything's okay. Your blood work is better, but it's not quite right. And I said, okay, no problem. So I went to a new oncologist here, and they said, you have multiple myeloma, incurable cancer, 4 to 5 years to live. And I looked at him, I said, well, I feel amazing. He goes, yeah, you don't look like my regular patients. And I said, I know, I saw them out there. Sorry, I said, just like this to him, I saw them out there in the waiting room, and they did not look like me. Like, they were gray, they were ashen, those people were dying. And I walk in all bubbly, and then he says, so I said to him, what if I do nothing? Because my numbers were low, right? He said, well, your numbers are low. Let's see what's happening, because you never know what's happening. And I told him all about what I was on. I told him I'm on this NRF2 activator. It detoxifies carcinogens out of your body. It's not pretending that's curing, treating, or preventing any disease. but it is cleaning out your body, pulling out the toxins, getting your body back into balance, and allowing your body to heal, making those enzymes, making all the wonderful things. So, short story, here we are, 2024. I've never, knock on wood, and I will never have to do chemo because my body is managing this. Do I still have it? Yes, I do. And we check every 6 months, how's it going? And my numbers have improved over the years with the different products that have come out. God, that's too long of a story. No, it just improved. My bone marrow biopsy was at 40% when I first tested, and my last test, right before COVID started, it was at 19%.
It doesn't go down like that.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't, and that was without chemo.
It never goes down. That's
Right.
crazy. All of, because I'm an oncology nurse, yeah, I never saw that.
Yeah. So, passionate about the product, start to believe in this business, and the last thing and the biggest thing is believe in you. I did not believe in me, but I was passionate about this product. Luckily, I was so passionate that I just kept talking to people, and it started happening and happening. And so, super blessed today with this business. We did last month, I did 1.8 million in my business in sales, right? Points, but sales. What do you think it's at today? We're not even at the end of the month. What do you think it's at? 2.4 million in sales. We did over 1 million in 2 days on GLP. Did I do that? No! But I found 3 people. Here's the key. I found 3 passionate people that wanted this. They talked to people, found people, who found people, who found people, who found people, who today we're almost 50,000 people in our organization. So you don't have to find 1 million, you've got to find 3 passionate people. I kept saying, there's got to be another Maria out there. There's got to be another person that sees the potential of this product and wants to run with me. And that's what I found. I started finding the 3 people in my business are total strangers. My family and friends are on the product. Some became consultants. Nobody's done anything. But these 3 strangers that I met along the way, just having conversations, exactly like Dawn said, you just keep having conversations with people, have led to this organization. So you can do this too. I'm nothing special. I just kept talking and talking the right way, the wrong way. I firmly believe you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. When that person is at high noon and they're looking for something, I was at high noon. Actually, when Carrie showed this to me, I was looking for a way to make money. I wasn't looking for something for my health. But this solved the 2 problems because my husband, I had been here for a year, and I said, I will move here if I don't have to work. And he said, okay. But then after a year, I said, oh, I want to go back home more often. And he said, okay, then we'll have to find a way for you to save money. We put you on a budget. I'm like, a budget? No, this dude's crazy. He's lost his mind. And that's when I was praying and looking for something. It's like, okay, how can I make some money, but I'm not going to go back to working 50, 60, 70 hours a week and never see my 2 boys. And that's when she came over and she said, hey, watch this video, I'm coming over. She locked herself into my house, made me watch that video, got Carrie Dickey on the phone, and here I am 14 years later, blessed beyond measure, and choices, and that's all we want for all of you, is choices. Keep improving your personal skill set and whatever you need, and keep dreaming big. If you haven't gotten to where you want to get to yet, it's okay. Today, we can all start this business today from scratch. Because I did 1 post and I have 50 people who know what I do, right? 14 years, they know what I do. I've been posting, never said boo. All of a sudden, they're all interested because it's weight loss. This is a game changer. If you sit here and you keep thinking about it and you don't do something, whether it's right or wrong, you're going to be sitting here in the same spot. Do you want to be here in the same spot, or do you want to have choices? You know what I've been sitting here and thinking? One thing. I want the belt she has. She has this awesome Gucci belt that I want, right? Choices. I've been wanting a Gucci belt, and I'm looking at her, but set a goal. What do you want? Right? What type of life do you want with your family, with your children? We've been able to give our boys the colleges of their dreams, cars when they graduated, and they're not spoiled. They're super humble and they understand because they had half of their life understanding how everything we had to work for, and then the other half seeing the difference of mom building this business, not dad, mom. And that teaches a lot to your children. They're watching every step you do. So keep doing the do. But this is the angel who her husband said, don't go talk to Maria and Noel because they're our friends. Don't listen to that advice and go talk to them anyway, is what she did, and here we are all these years later.
Find people that you genuinely love and want to work with, right? And then it is such a blast to do this business with your best friends. So you guys, I'm Carrie Williams, I'm from Chandler. I was introduced on Father's Day 2010. I had a baby, he was literally 3 days old, and I had a 4-year-old. So my friend, Carrie Dickey, called me, she left me a message, said, Carrie, I know Luke is 3 days old, I know it's Father's Day, so I'll give you 24 hours to call me back, but I've got something that's gonna blow your mind. I looked at this in the middle of the night, I stayed up researching it. If I believe in something, I naturally share it. Did any of you guys like share things if you believe in them? That was even when I talked to Maria, right? I was brand new, I didn't know anything, and this is, again, 14 years ago. She's like, if I had $1 for every person I've put on probiotics, that she's just recommended probiotics to, right? I'm like, okay, that's like what this is, right? I mean, just keeping it simple. So who naturally recommends things? So I watched that in the middle of the night. I started just thinking, okay, if this is true, and at that point, all we have is proton of nerve too. I'm like, wait a minute, oxidative stress is literally linked to every single disease out there. Every single person has it. What could this do for people? We have the independent research showing this. And so I got involved very quickly. But I saw what this industry could give you. I saw freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, all wrapped around unbelievable, blow your mind, groundbreaking, scientifically validated products that we get to build a business around. And at that point, I'd been a retail manager. I was Bath and Body Works. We were literally talking about that as we drove by. We were at Desert Ridge, and I'm like, I opened the store at Desert Ridge back before Desert Ridge, when it just first came. So toxic, right? But I was Bath and Body Works for 8 years. Dillard's before that. My husband was an attorney, did commercial litigation, and he was miserable. And this little retail girl was never going to put a dent in his income. And how do you quit being a lawyer, right? What do you do? So I wanted a way out. I felt like we were just grinding it out. We had no hope of it changing. It felt like the last 10 years, back when I started this, it was just the same thing again and again. I'm like, how are we ever gonna make a change? And so when Carrie introduced this to me, I saw that this was something that I really wanted to do, and my goal was to replace 2 full-time incomes and get my husband the heck out of being a lawyer. So he was able to retire 27 months after I started this business, you guys. He was 39 years old, but he was able to do that because I was working my tail off building the business, but that little newborn baby was diagnosed at 2 with autism. And so at that point, finally, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to do literally 35 hours of therapy a week for Luke. And I'm like, wait, we don't need your income anymore. Who gets to say you don't need the attorney's income anymore, right? I'm like, so you retire so we can do all these therapies for Luke, and my business is growing. I'm like, it's literally like slowing my growth having you work, truly. And so he was able to stop so we could divide and conquer, focus, help Luke, and I could focus on building this business for our family. Well, 2 years later is when Axio came out, and Axio put the pieces of the puzzle together for Luke. So Luke was 3 when he first met Dr. Brimhall, and so we did 35 hours a week of therapy for Luke for a couple of years, and he was still really struggling at 4. Axio came out, just dramatic changes. So much so that by the time he got to kindergarten, he's in a regular school. They do not know his diagnosis, no IEP. He's on the honor roll. He has social. He's 14. If you guys saw him in Kansas City, he was literally running around like crazy, so social, just hanging with all these different people. Nobody would believe it. So the products literally are life-changing. But this business gave us our family, give us time, right? And just choices, again, the freedom that we never ever would have had, the freedom to make every decision possible for Luke, not based on money or time. Who has that, right? We paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of appointments. So this business gave us that time. And then I will say too, the power in building leveraged residual income. Like, if you are working, whether it's a job or if it's your own business, how long can you go if something happened and you couldn't work? Like, how long will your company keep paying you if, God forbid, something awful happened, right? And if you can't show up to work, or how can your business keep running without you? So I will tell you, if you build this right, if you pour into people, if you develop leaders and you build a team and plug into the system, that it can go on with or without you. And I will say that, and I'm always like the most optimistic person, like never would have thought this would be my story. My husband passed away very, very unexpectedly 3 years ago at 48, 2 days after his 48th birthday. It rocked our world. We were living the dream life. My kids, we'd had them home with us for 9 years, but that's 9 years that we would not have had. I mean, they had both of their parents. We had the 4 of us together all that time. And this business, like people are like, what have you been doing these last few years? Which I've never missed any events, but I was healing. We were literally healing. Me and my kids, I threw ourselves into therapy like literally nonstop. But I did not have to worry for a second about income, paycheck, time, getting time off. I mean, I was a mess for a really, really long time, and more of you witnessed that than I wanted to. But I mean, honestly, it was horrible, and I am glad that GLP-1 did not come out until now, because I would have missed it if it was a couple of years ago, because I literally it wasn't possible for me to do it. But this business, again, I mean, I said to my kids, I'm like, you guys, if I was still retail, we would be bankrupt, homeless, like foreclosure, and I would have been back at work 2 weeks later, versus not having to worry about what was the only thing that I was worrying about was the best, doing the very best that I could for me and my kids, to help us somehow figure out a way to pick up the pieces and move forward, you guys. So you never know what can happen. So I'm grateful that we dug the well before we were thirsty. But this, in terms of GLP-1, if you are new with LifeVantage, this is the best time. And if you've been with us all these years, like exactly like they said, right? It's day one again. This is an unbelievable opportunity. I have never, ever seen this crazy amount of growth and momentum. It has never been so simple and easy to share, right? Pharmaceutical companies, everybody, they've educated the marketplace for us, and basically I feel like we get to swoop in with a far superior product without the side effects, with literally health benefits at a cheaper price. Everybody wants it, and we have this solution. Everybody wants weight loss, but it's so much bigger than weight loss, as you heard about today. I hope you really, really get that. But so to build a business around this, you guys, it's mind-blowing what's happened just in this little bit. Just to give you like perspective, in August, our team did 1.5 million, which is phenomenal, right? And it's awesome, very, very consistent with what we've been. In September, we picked up $500,000, you guys, pre-launch. Okay, that blew me away, that we could hit over 2 million. We are now, as a team, up 1.9 million in the first 18 days of this month. Up. Like, that's crazy. But I want you to realize that you have this massive opportunity, and who's really gonna choose to take advantage of that and run with it? Like, run with it. And what I also love, we care so much about you guys, and our team and our people at Team LifeVantage, and if we want you to have the success that you are looking for. And so it has been like such an emotional time to get to see person after person rank advancing and hitting their goals and growing their business, and just like blowing everything out of the water. So this is the time to run. Keep it simple. Use the doctors and everyone that you got to hear from. Use that validation for yourself, but you don't have to be the expert. You can point them and direct them to the resources, but keep it simple, 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 simple. Even, like I had someone reach out on a story, which I suck at social media. I got so much I gotta learn from Dawn this weekend. But I had someone reach out on a story and they're like, I want this. And I was like, okay, great. Well, you can be a customer, but do you know other people that do want to make some money too? And he's like, I'm in. Like, that's literally how simple I kept it, you guys. It's not some people are like waiting to talk or to do whatever. No, keep it simple. Who else do you know? If this works, like these pictures, when it works, like all these other people are having these results, right? Who else do you know that would love to experience these? Like, would you like to earn some additional income, right? But also paint a big vision too. Big, big, big. I mean, this is crazy, crazy big, and this is your chance. And I am just so, so, so grateful. So I'm gonna hand it back to Dawn. But also, I know we have a lot of people that have,
So Gentry has to leave really shortly here, but Carrie and Gentry, you guys have somebody to celebrate.
okay, so we have a very, very, very special announcement. Oh, you guys, you don't even know. So, Dr. Brimhall was Luke's doctor. We saw him every week for a year before Axio came out. Luke was on Axio for 11 days. My husband had him at the appointment and comes home and he's like, Dr. Brimhall, I've noticed a difference with Luke, which Dr. B said his verbal skills were roughly 50% better on Axio. And so my husband comes home and tells me this, I'm like, he's gonna do my business with me. And my husband's like, yeah, right, just because the product works doesn't mean, but he did. He ends up canceling patients, jumped on a plane, went to South Dakota to get his questions answered straight from the source and to really understand like how this was working and how he was seeing it. So he jumped in, within just a few years, he was able to sell his practice when he said, at that point it was called Pro 7, now it's called EC1. But Dr. Brett Brimhall has literally more than doubled his business in the last, he hit EC2 in 17 days, and there's a whole lot of month to go. So I would love to bring you up, Brett. We have a journey, and he is just, I'm telling you, he's gonna go EC3 and 4, and we're gonna finish it so fast.
Thanks, guys, I gotta go.
Bye. Bye, Gentry. Thank you.
I don't know what to say. I was over this yesterday. I thought we were done with it.
He was never gonna do network marketing, you guys. He was so completely against it.
Yeah, that's an understatement. So, if you want to hear her story and follow up, would be her. So imagine seeing her every week for a year and how much she believes in LifeVantage and how against network marketing was, and she probably mentioned it in her way.
Found a way.
Yeah, I want to weave it in, sometimes very directly. You guys wouldn't believe the story if I told you, and I'm not going to tell you the whole thing, but anybody had ups and downs in life, right? End up someplace where you thought you would be, and somebody else saw something in you. She saw that for me. So I'm one, I'd rather celebrate everybody else versus myself, but I really, my kids see that too, maybe they don't celebrate. So I'm trying to fully embrace this experience. I'm becoming crybaby in the family too, so that's just passion, I am that. Carrie, thank you, for not only seeing me, but pushing me at times. I have a big brother who's pretty strong physically, she's pretty strong mentally, so if you know, you know, right, Dawn?
Right.
Maybe there's a support group we should have.
Yeah.
But if she did ask me how coachable and willing I was to learn, I said, I want what you want. Well, to have that, I needed to go through some growth. And it's fun to be on this side of that. I have to admit that part.
Fun for me too.
What if I had stopped? Like, there's gonna be a lot of little wins along the way, and I think those wins for me started with Luke and what we saw with him. I had options, and so the Axio opened me up to say there's something different. And then the other wins came as I put patience on the products and the results that I saw with them that I wasn't getting. And then other wins where I started feeling in myself those things again of personal growth that I'd kind of shut down for a while after my mom passed away. Again, background, most people in that space go about personal growth. I've always been the teacher, I've always been the educator since I was little. And then just start feeling that, and then just to now see full circle of not quitting. I still remember being on vacation with my family on the 15th of the month, and I got paid. It wasn't a big paycheck, but for me it felt good, like $4,500, but I got paid versus paying somebody else, and I said, this could work. This could work. For whatever reason, that was the time when it's like, this could work. I'm on my vacation with my family, and I got paid, so I could maybe be with them more and get paid. It took a while, right? It's rough, you know. I guess I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to believe this was it. I thought I was going to be that doctor, that educator, which I am, but different. And all the stories and things that you guys have shared with me the last weeks that have hit it. I'm watching you guys celebrate my wife. I've always been gone and worked and taught, and then she's always been home. And that's what's always given stability. And for you guys to recognize that with her, like, she doesn't need a lot. She's been a huge support that way. But to have you guys share your stories with me, and there's so much more to come. I'm super excited for what we have, like this products, and hearing your story, Issa, I wish I had this when I was 18. But yes, my failure to always driven me. When I'm passionate about that type of thing, yeah, thanks. Somebody cares. Thanks for doing video in it, and someone give me Kleenex. But I'm excited for each of you, like, just don't quit. Carrie believed in me. She pushed me at times I didn't want to be pushed. We may have battled a few times on that, but I know I wanted it, that's why I stayed. And I believe that if I did it, we'd eventually get here. And whatever that is for you, whether that's the community, I watched that when Todd passed. I watched my mom pass, what the community felt like. I watched what this looks like. Find a place where you can have a community. Find a place where you can have a passion and a vision. Find the people that you want to do life with. To me, it's like that. It's just created all that. And there's so much more of everybody that personally is in my group and my team, and also Team Life Advantage that I want all that for you too. So I appreciate you guys being here. I'm looking forward, as I in my head over there, like, how do I get every place that I want to get right now for my people? And so I was just grateful. So thank you. So Chef with my vision. I have to admit, like, we say presidential, right? I would say that, like, oh my God, that didn't happen. I remember, like, I'm like thinking forever, like 7 years I've been at EC1. I'm like, dude, like, I'm working. like, if you ever wanted something and you wanted an opportunity, like, this is it. Like, the activation's always been real. What we saw happen in Luke, and what I've seen happen in so many of you, Eileen, where she's at, and like, the activation is real. What we have has always been real, but we haven't been able to share it in such a way that people understood it and wanted it. Like, so if you one or two people in here, you're going to either be a part of this experience and watch yourself grow, and your team growing and be like, holy shit, I missed it. I really believe that. Because, like, we have something that worked. We have some people that people want. And so what I'm super excited about, like, I'm excited to lock arms with, like, the people that are in my group here that want more, that are here to create more, and to see you here. It's just way more comfortably out there than up here in regards to this, but like I see my sisters up here, like, having stability for their families. I see you guys up here having that influence and impact that I know you have, and the stability for your family. Like, I see us having this room that's like 10 times this size, where we can actually literally change people's lives and they feel like they can believe again, they can breathe again. Right? I want that for each of you. I've always said that the products are not on trial. They're just not. The science is there, it's real, it works. I believe chiropractic, everybody needs it. Everybody uses it. Okay, I believe this is something everybody wants right now. And truly, the medication companies have made it possible. Like, everybody knows what GLP is. Big G, right, Lisa, like it, okay? So if you ever wanted to pour into something, if it's not it, fine, cool, that's fine. Like, but if this is, you're feeling that tug, get uncomfortable really fast, embrace that experience, but you also have a lot of other people in here that are the same way you are, and you want to run the same way, so let's just go together, okay?
Such a big deal, and we can thank him enough. Brett's on our science advisory board, and he has just, talk about a servant's heart poured into this entire company so much. So a million webinars, so much validation. I literally know anybody that knows you, their belief in what we have our hands on is just astronomically higher because of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So Marisa, Dawn, turn it back.
Want to say anything?
Thank you, guys. I'll turn it back to Marisa.
Just thank you, get to work, do something today, put your business in action. As Stu Brody, the very top of my team would say, 2 a day, every day. Who can you bless today? I have something I'm really passionate about that I would love to pass by you. Are you open to taking a look? I thought of you because, and compliment them. Or if you're coming from the business perspective, if the perfect opportunity were to come your way, would now be a good time to take a look. You're qualifying somebody right there, whether they're gonna be open to take a look at something, right? Or, hey, I just saw your post, I know you're really struggling with some things, I've been, watching you for a while, and if you're open, I use that word a lot, if you're open, I have something that could help you. I don't think too many people wanna be closed, But you're gonna go through your no's to get to your yeses, and that's what, Maria and Carrie really instilled in me in the beginning. And so no didn't mean no for me, just like beautiful Dawn said, no is not no, she didn't take no. No means not now, or they're saying yes to their life. Dawn, thank you so much. I mean, is there any last words you'd like to say?
There was something I thought of.
We appreciate you, thank you for traveling, being away from your family,
Short-term sacrifices for
Yeah,
long-term.
absolutely. I was sitting here and I got a picture of we have a hunting lodge and today's opening pheasant. And I got a picture of my son and my husband hunting, and I'm just like, I wish I was there. But I'm glad I'm here with you, because this morning when I got up, it might have been last night before I went to bed, they're all running together, but my husband's like, I'm so proud of you. And he texted that to our friends, and they told me, and that's so awesome, and I'm just grateful that you wanted to come here for me today. I'm sure you came for the doctors, and I did too. But what I wanted to say, Daniel Song and I have this fun little saying about all of you that have been around for a while. We call you the old guard, because you guys built a business on this little magic pill, which I firmly believe in. It's beautiful, and I'm gonna take it till the day I die too. But you guys built something off of I don't feel different being on Protandim. And I was thinking to myself this morning, I'm gonna be, I didn't remember first of all how old I was gonna be, but I'm gonna be 45. And my daughter's 28, you don't have to do the math, I was really young, I was in high school. And I feel like I look younger than 45. And my husband's 11 years older than me, and so I'm force feeding him it, because I'm like, you can't look old, gotta keep up. And our daughter that's in college, she came home yesterday, and she said to my husband, hey, that stuff mom's been making you take, you look good, Dad. So she's noticing the weight loss too, but I'm just so thankful for all of you that dug in and built this business when you had the little yellow pill. Because those of us that have started after that, or since then, or most recently with collagen and now the GLP-1, you guys, if they could do it, yes. Holy moly, we can do it. Like, we can blow their stories away. So we owe it to the old guard to get to work.
All right, everybody, yeah, I was gonna try to get a picture, but it's too dark. Anyway, thank you, have a great day. Oh, wait, I got some more stuff. I got a few more things, I can't.
You're gonna find
If you are a guest and you did not get a gift, come on up.
that you had bravery to tell your story. That'll be part of your healing.
All right, yeah, whatever you want.
I'm ready to just.
Not much left, guys, for the public journal. You like that? Awesome. I got a pop bucket, sunglasses, and a little girl outfit.
But I really think, like, I know that sometimes it's offensive for people to be like, "What's your story?" Because it's your real life. You know, that you really live it every single day. But I just.
All right, I'm gonna put these here. If anybody wants to take them, take them. That was when we went to Maui. Thank you, Sandy and Ronnie.
We should do a little, but you need to, like, let's do a Zoom this week with Tracy and talk about how you can authentically share your story, because you can bless someone with that, and like, you right, she had a lot of sisters, like, and my friend Mindy, who's just starting her business in earnest. And I told her that story this week, and she's like, you know,
I think it's like a Marriott.
yeah, it's pretty triggering.
And then I started researching
It's probably like this thing you can't, you know, but now you have a tool to help yourself.
Let me just make you through some of the
Your messaging. You are not the only one walking on this planet that wants to back. If you could inspire one person, or if you could inspire 10, just like make your heart just.
I invited on the way down.
Who is that?
Yeah, video. You gotta have hair. I know that's weird. That's all I'm good for.
I think you can say to her, like,
I don't know, she left me a message.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes, of course. What's your name?
I'm Kalisha. Anna's talking. Let's go.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Okay, bye, Marisa. Nice to meet you. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you.
I had one of those cats on
See you.
It's good. I like to
I'll give it to you. Good travel. I'm on. Thank you. I'm on. I didn't see you. Bye for sharing your story. It was
Yeah, I'll talk to Tracy and then we can set something up. But, I think that we have like a Instagram page to check out, and yeah, I'm going to share that.
What do you think about this product?
It's exciting.
Okay.
You know, you gotta keep track of
Let's
that.
do a Zoom.
Love you.
Yeah, love you.
I just
Hi,
wanted
honey.
to give you a hug.
Oh.
Thank you for
You just have to get out and open your mouth and be vulnerable and start talking.
the time and courage to do that. So thank you.
Feels like a cleansing. It feels
Well,
like,
of course, yeah. But you gotta drop the big weight.
thank you. I want, yeah, there's too many people to help.
Yes, yes. Well, it does. It takes tons of courage. It really does for a team to be up and very soul. So I appreciate that very much.
I started talking.